Take two. Hello world. Welcome back to another installment of the Homeroom podcast, where we essentially talking about people more successful than us at what we do, taking notes as well. I'm your classmate, Tone Groove.
J Noblez.
AJ the Menace. And we got Lauren on the Z boards, of course.
Yes, sir.
Yo, you gotta have some sound where you just.
I got you, bro.
Yeah.
Nah,
It's got to be different than the air horn. It's got to be unique to you.
I just felt like me for a moment. That's
Well,
all.
no, I know what we can do. We just need to find, we need a Jamaican sound. Like,
I was about to say some
Well,
reggaeton or
well,
something.
you know,
right?
let's not-
Rise, Collide,
Well,
or something like that.
I'm not gonna make you a one. Don't make me a one-trick pony.
I'm not going to make
we're not trying to put you in the box.
but, you know.
We're not going to bite you in, but we going to brand you very well. We can just hit the dread like a rasta. And then you come in and you say your thing.
That'd be funny, actually, yeah.
That'd be funny.
Yeah, we can buzz it.
And he put on his late night.
Yeah. Dreadlock Rasta.
Hot, nigga.
And we got the dreadlock Rasta. Yeah, but we sing it every time. Yeah, that'd be lit.
Yo, my name Lauren. He come
Next
in with his
episode.
Jamaican nighttime voice. Yo, my name Lauren.
Might have said that shit in patois, nigga.
You're right. Facts.
They don't even know what he said. They just know where he's from.
They feel it though.
But we definitely got to add some more sound effects, at least on my side too.
Yeah, we do.
Because you have that over there, and we won't worry about that right now. But I know one thing. But us doing the bells on this show, it makes it so much easier organizing.
Yeah, it is.
That it's like I have to find a sound for the 3-0 podcast now too. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like just being able to chop it up and just have those visual markers. You know, those sound markers.
Those cues.
Yeah, those cues is essential, man.
We're literally making students.
Yeah, facts. And you know what? There's another one of those student things that I was thinking of when we were doing the 3-0 podcast yesterday. I am probably gonna buy a timer to put on or right there probably. I'm probably gonna find a timer that's remote controlled, because sometimes I hate when the topic gets to when we hit 20 minutes on one topic. It's like on YouTube, it's harder to get that one to go. It's that 10 to 15. That's that perfect sweet spot to cook a topic. And even if you stay on the topic, you have to switch the gears on the second 15.
Yeah.
Because it might take you 30 minutes or 45 to even go through one whole thing, but each one needs that subcategory. You know, if it's one topic that takes all 20 minutes, you didn't do something right.
Yeah.
In terms of going at it correctly.
Unless it's banter. Pure
Unless it's banter, yeah.
You know
but
what
normally
I'm
you want to. But normally, yeah, but then if there's too much banter in the midst of a topic, that's gonna frustrate a listener.
Yeah.
Because they want to hear y'all get to it.
You're going to drop retention.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That'll drop the retention, depending on where the banter's at. But even, I was just thinking just doing 14 and a half minutes or something like that, just to have it there, just for when people see it. I feel like we don't do it as much on here. We don't have that problem. On the 3-0 podcast, nigga, we just be going though. We just go. 20 minutes will pass. I'd be like, God damn it. Shut up. You know what I'm saying? We have to move to the next one.
All right, man. Yeah.
Right, yeah.
We done reiterating.
Right,
We can just move on to something new.
Yeah, because after that 15-minute mark, you're not saying nothing new. It's just you got to be real fans to really be loving what's happening right now.
And shout out to the real fans, because, he even brings up this update because, we care about the quality of this product.
Facts.
Well, to a certain degree, because you niggas refuse to put shoes on, and they don't like that.
And we don't lotion our knees.
And we don't
apparently.
lotion,
You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
There's certain feedback that I'm buying, I'm doubling down on, I feel wrong if I put shoes on. The only time I put shoes on now is if it literally goes with the fit.
And it
that's
has
about
to,
it.
You know what I mean?
But we chilling in here so hard, it's like, even if it does go with the fit, nigga.
Bro, these niggas don't know what they're talking about.
They don't get it. They
They don't get it.
That they don't understand.
They don't understand the message and the theme that we're trying to
Because you know what it is? Let me tell you something about how I look at being barefoot on a podcast. I realized how powerful being barefoot was when Taxstone used to flex his gangster on tax season. And he was saying, nigga, where you at, nigga? He's like, I'll meet you at Central Park. I'll be outside. Barefoot, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Being barefoot is just
in a wheelchair.
Yeah, bro.
And there's so many meanings to that, because, when you're barefoot, you're more connected to the earth. Your vibration is just, your magnetic pull is just
And then
different.
you got the other side where it's like, nigga, I'm so outside, I'm barefoot. Please come see me. You know what I'm saying?
You're such not a threat that I can beat you barefoot with sandals on or something.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't have to get prepared. There's no uniform. I don't have to get in combat.
None. I'm always ready for you. Yeah, yeah. That's one of them. And then when Schultz moved to his first studio, he used to go barefoot damn near every Flagrant episode in the new studio
and pick his toes.
And I used to like that because I'm like, oh, this nigga really got his palace now.
Somebody's thinking.
Yeah.
That's like when a nigga's just chilling like that, you know he's thinking. But that's why they don't know that.
They don't understand.
Not all of them are thinkers.
What kind of commentary do you want? You want us to come from a comfortable place so we can relate to you very slick.
Yeah.
And if you haven't already, for the new people that, just clicked on our video, subscribe, hit that bell, do your due diligence.
Or don't.
Yeah, exactly.
That's always an option.
Yeah,
There's
we got to
always
give
an
them
option.
both options.
And then, it's always an option. Just like it's always an option that some of y'all hate comment to just say, this is the worst take ever, but we appreciate your comment.
Yeah.
You have no idea. That meant more than anything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we're either completely off the mark or spot on.
Yo,
That's how it always is.
There's
No
no
in between.
middle ground for us, bro.
Yeah. That pendulum just be swinging.
Somebody commented, right? He was like, yo, I love your pod. I wish I could support, but I'm in Africa and the currency I got, the gold standard is completely different. I can't even transfer money, but if I could, I would. And I can't. I shan't. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I saw you responding to him too.
Yeah, I was like, hey, man, commenting is just enough. Shout out to our African brothers.
Shout out to the African listeners for sure.
The Pan-Africans.
The Pan-Africans, because when I saw that, I was like, boy, you doing a lot of explaining.
It could have been Dr. Umar Burner account.
It could have, possibly,
in Chicago. But
that's a fact.
Yeah, man. Shout out to all the listeners, man. A lot of love.
Yeah, for sure. And then
and we do take all forms of currency,
That's a whole fact.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
I'll take a pack of Skittles if you got it.
Right.
Yeah.
I think we should start. Should we? Well, let's just go ahead and jump into it. Y'all think we should start with Rory?
Why not?
Yeah.
We here and you said it.
Shout out to Rory, man.
Let's get Rory out the way. So,
y'all have to say a little bit because y'all heard the full tape.
I didn't.
You like 6 songs,
I'm like
Steve.
the 40% through. So before we get into the album review, let's just talk about Rory. Rory has been on his press run, and he also sent a shot at his first appearance was at Shame on You podcast with T-Rail, Duno, Smack, AD. And number one, I want to say congratulations. Shout out to Shame on You because one thing that Shame on You has he stopped.
Huh?
What happened?
Nah, the clap was just a little weak. Like you did it by yourself, and then in my head I'm thinking, should I be clapping with him? But then it was too late, and then he decided out of nowhere to.
Right. But the one thing, the first guest that Shame on You had as a podcast, they did terrible. It was 𝙿𝙾𝚃𝚃 was there, and it was like,
yo, I watched that.
It was terrible.
It was kind of weird, right?
It was extremely strange. It was like they were treating him like he wasn't there.
It was an awkward atmosphere.
Almost like
completely.
They forgot who he was. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he's 𝙿𝙾𝚃.
Yeah.
It was almost like they didn't know he was coming.
Yeah.
Almost. And then it was like, even though he was there, I mean, just literally imagine just inviting somebody there on an album press run and not addressing the album or just not addressing them really.
Yeah.
They're having we're having conversations, but just imagine fucking T-Pain sitting next to me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's just like, don't worry about the T-Pain. We got to talk about these comments we've been getting on video. It was just so weird. So.
And then I don't like the setup. Like if there's a new person, I think they got to be like in the middle, especially if it's something specific.
Yeah.
Like a press run.
Yeah,
you feel me? You can't. It was so weird. Like
he was on the end.
I didn't even know it was a press run. I thought they was chilling.
Right, exactly. Yeah, it didn't feel like that. But now they have Rory. Rory came through, and Rory was there to promote his album, and they killed it. Shame on You did great. Asked good questions. Shout out to Duno. Duno actually did great. See, one thing that Duno does do good. Duno is good at interviews because his one-on-one things that he would do at No Jumper back in the day, and on his channel, his interviews with OF girls and all that. He always killed the one-on-one interview. His speech language be kind of crazy because it just be like, nigga, I need you to pick it up. You know what I'm saying? You've been in America, forget. Like you speak Spanish, you speak Spanglish like you just got here 7 months ago. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and that just goes to like, does he really want to learn English?
Exactly. It's like, does he care to be
lazy.
better?
He talks like he has Modelo for saliva.
Yeah, it's
like
kind of crazy. Yeah. It's like, damn, bro, you haven't decided to get better, and people around your same age is way more articulate than you. But
what makes him a good interviewer, though? He asks good questions, or he just keeps it pretty entertaining and interesting?
He asks good questions, and he can fill dead air. You know what I mean? So he can get you through an hour. It doesn't matter who it is. He can get it through an hour.
The boy can steer a ship.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, and that's not easy to do. People don't realize how hard just 1 hour is to knock out in an interview, especially depending on who you're sitting down with.
That's why you got to care about who you're interviewing.
True. Yeah, you got to care about who you're
First
interviewing.
rule of the game.
Always
And hope they
foremost.
care too, so that
It's the synergy.
y'all have that reciprocation on camera. But Rory went to the Shame on You podcast, stopped one on his press run. He gave a shot to Joe after he dropped a couple bars. He let Joe know. He said, "This is how you do a press run." You know, he sent some shots back to Joe, but he tripped out. You know, he short circuited. He had an emotion. He was like, "You fucking piece of shit!" Like, you know, he lost it on there. Like, he had the moment where he feels like he'll never be cool with Joe because Joe insinuated that Rory tried to use him having a baby to leverage his Spotify deal. I still don't understand that. I don't know if anybody else can understand. Do y'all see anything about that?
I don't know about all that, but it feels like Rory has AIDS.
Wait, what?
Like it's this thing that he has that he just can't get away from. Like he's dropping an album.
Oh, yeah,
he's
that.
finally doing something on his own volition that's
a
good
fact. Yeah.
and that people would actually care about. And this nigga's still talking about Joe Budden.
He needs to do some shadow work.
Is this? Yeah.
No, that's true though. But it's
It's like he's got an imaginary Joe Budden variant as a friend that he's the only one that can see. He's just in the room antagonizing.
facts. But you know what it is with Rory is that, like we mentioned before, he will respond. His fight back is an emotional response. So
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? It's not it doesn't come from anger. It doesn't come from a strategic, let me verbally bring you down. It's like, even his outburst on Shame on You, it was like, this nigga's had enough. Y'all please stop picking on him. You know what I'm saying?
Can we watch that? But I think
we can. Yeah,
I think it's
because there's definitely clips. I just didn't put any timestamp clips.
He is
in
a
there.
little. He is a little emotional. I'm not too big in. I'm not big in astrology, but he might be a Pisces.
And I think it's a gift and a curse because what the empathy that he can tap into is probably what allows him to have great music taste.
Yeah,
Because it's like an emotion, it's a connection that he can get with the frequency.
And I mean,
but it responds, it formulates itself into this. He gets into beefs and he just possums up.
And
yeah.
That's also our fault. Like we're probably like we shouldn't be looking to Rory to respond in the manner that we would,
like
which is
Tupac.
probably messing him up.
That's true.
Like
That's true.
You know,
Yeah, and that's true. And then when I really think about it, I don't know if I want to. I don't know if we should show this. Leave this one off just because T-Rail and Back on Figg are the same in Figg Community. He runs both of those YouTube accounts, so he might have that same thing. But that's the only thing that I don't like about Rory. It's like his fight back is normally him just like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not, it's like, I just don't like that. Like, I like my podcast to fight back aggressively, you know what I'm saying? Or just in anything. I mean, even in battle rap, rap beef, it's like, chop his head off. It's wartime. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to hear you emotionally have an
playing
outburst.
pause.
Look alive.
Yeah, look alive, goddammit, because you've been getting beat on for the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, senseless.
Yeah.
Bro, yeah. So it's just like, even though he did respond and I give him credit for that, it's like it's lackluster for me because it's just not gonna do it for me. But if I was just like a sympathetic Rory fan, I'd be like emotionally like, oh my God, I just wish they would leave him alone. You know
and
what I'm saying?
all Rory fans are like that.
Exactly. They're all like, he even said in his interview, he was like, I mean, I was hurt. I was really hurt. I was going through things. And I'm like, God damn, this nigga, you're sad as fuck. Like,
Yeah.
you know
Like,
what I'm saying?
that's not how you say you hurt as a man.
Yeah,
like you just go, I was a little fucked up, but you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
You gotta,
You know, it's the trials and tribulations. You know, I'm a warrior. Though.
Yeah,
you know,
bro,
you feel me?
fact.
Yin and
This
yang.
nigga's writing in his diary.
This is just a little stumble in the road. You know how it is, though. Everybody be down for a little bit, but I plan, you know, it's looking bright. I see the light at the end of the tunnel.
I'm hydrated. Say something else.
Yeah,
You feel
man.
me?
It's just
He
like,
the type to talk loosely about something that happened to him, like the event.
yeah.
You guys know the event from 2 years ago.
Yeah, bro.
Nigga, let this shit go. Move.
Yeah. Let's watch a little bit of this. This is that clip.
All right.
How long is this?
This is a 5-minute clip, so I don't know where it
It
starts.
should be pretty. I mean, he got it cracking.
It should be pretty early, right?
Once he started talking, it jumped up out of him.
Now,
you
so
know
this
what
is
I'm
the one
saying?
because this is the false rumor, so it has to be the.
Oh yeah, this is it. Then. Yeah, this is it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
It's a
Joe.
beautiful
And then he
setup.
went after me. And then after that, made up some lies about a negotiation with your son, you fucking piece of shit. Even after my fake hurt rant for like 30 seconds, I'm in the Reddit streets, so I see clips that people put up. I just seen dude make up some whole shit about me going to see his son being born as a negotiation tactic when the timeline doesn't even add up and there was no negotiation within 2 years of that time.
Damn, y'all
and then even bringing up that I brought that up in a negotiation, like that's the type of shit where I said I was gonna stop talking about it, but he kept talking and he could have kept talking. But when you like lie about number shit, lie about conversation, don't lie about
personal shit.
Yeah, like that I brought up that I brought your son up in a negotiation. I went to your son. Like, it's like shit that I can't believe that even his own fans would believe some absolute bullshit like that and even know the timeline that doesn't even add up. It's
like, that's some disrespect. Like, that's, you liable to smack a nigga for saying something like that.
Yeah, right.
Like,
But the thing
I
that
use
was
your child.
Now, the biggest thing that was confusing, what he's saying, I do agree with that if that's how it went. But the Joe Budden clip, I don't know if we'll be able to find that. That'll be a little bit
that's
harder.
gonna be harder to
That's
find.
gonna be a lot harder to find. I seen it on Reddit, but it's too much digging. The Joe Budden clip where he was even talking like that, I didn't get that vibe from the clip, from the original clip. Somebody can link it in the comments if they know what clip we're talking about. Link it to the Reddit or on YouTube if somebody got it. But it was like Joe Budden was going on this rant. Kids did get brought up, but I just didn't understand. Even when Joe said it, I was like, what the fuck is he talking about? You know what I'm saying? Like, it didn't register. Because he didn't plainly say, Rory even used my kid to leverage a negotiation. He never said that directly.
It was like a backwards way of speaking. Like,
it was like even the way he was speaking, I literally was just left confused. Maybe this is like a Joe Budden language that
It's subliminal.
You know what I'm
it
saying?
was meant for Rory to hear type
it's
shit.
exactly,
It
yeah.
was
And we're
Budden
just
speak.
outsiders. So it's maybe that is exactly what he said, but I didn't hear it. So maybe this response is warranted because I'm like, shit, I know I was confused when I heard the shit. I didn't know what he was talking about, you know?
Bro, and that's just crazy. Like, your child's birth. You think you think I'm using that as an angle?
I
And
feel
then
like-
you gotta imagine
What kind of angle would that
did.
possibly be anyway?
I feel like that's something that Joe Budden would do.
yeah, that's
So
another
he
thing.
just projected it on the Rory.
Exactly.
Yeah, true. And another thing too is like
Slimy ass nigga.
the thing that helps with Joe is like, does he do slimy shit? Probably.
Definitely.
No, for sure.
Done
Sure.
for dust.
Yeah,
It's on film.
does he
We
do
can
that?
YouTube this.
Yeah, we can. Oh my god, that gaslighting clip. Maybe that'll be a bonus
Crazy.
at the end.
He was going crazy.
Oh my god,
man.
just amazing. It's just like amazing how insane he is. So it's just like
Yeah, and
that's another thing. It's just like he can. It doesn't matter. Joe is like he's like Trump. Like he Teflon. He's proved to us and doubled down on his crazy so much. Having new stories of him doing crazy or unethical shit, it's like, all right, whatever. Nigga, I've already accepted him. You know what I'm saying? Like, most of us have already accepted this nigga is fucked, you know? We're still enjoying it, though, at this point.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, he's resistant to that type of thing. And one thing I keep seeing in the comments, people for some reason believe that we love Joe Budden.
Yeah,
Like we're
it's
just
not that
that
the
is-
Joe Vengers
Yeah.
that
No,
we just
no,
out
that is
here
real,
just gunning
yeah.
for this nigga.
That
I
is
feel
true.
like every time we bring him up,
Talk shit.
it's in a poor light. It was a point in time where I was like, if Joe Budden heard this, he would hate us.
Yeah.
All individually equally.
Yeah, no,
facts.
that's a fact, though. Yeah, that does surprise me. We get that comment, the Joe Vengers are back. And I'm thinking, what? Or they'll be like, y'all glazing Joe crazy. And I'm
The
like,
Joe
It's because
Minions.
when we talking about somebody else that he critiquing, they feel like we on his side. You know what I'm
These
saying? When we
people-
talk,
gotcha.
when we talk
okay,
about
so if you
Rory
say
and
anything
shit,
bad about Rory or
Right.
Maul, you're automatically on Joe's side.
right?
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
These people don't know what they're talking about. That's
two
why
things.
y'all be bringing them up as, bro, they're retarded. They don't know what they're talking about.
No,
Half
but
of them don't.
they're not part of this game, so they wouldn't understand. But I mean, as y'all can see, as y'all could hear, I take that back. As y'all can hear, yeah, Rory lost his goddamn mind. You know what I'm saying? And then this is just one incident. Like, if you go back and click the video up underneath there's like multiple clips from this. I call it short circuit. He's short circuited a couple times. You know what I'm saying?
He spazzed.
That a lot.
Oh, but
yeah.
you can't say that no more.
Do you get
The
Yeah,
legend.
yeah, let's hear this one, this second one.
Feel about Joe still
No,
taking
y'all are doing
shots.
fine. I'm
Yeah,
saying as
well,
far as
we
the
will,
internet
though.
saying like you don't need that, like, oh, look
Yeah.
what the f- happened. Of course, I know.
Oh yeah, but how do you still feel about Joe still taking like low shots at y'all? Like, is it like a fun thing for you guys, or do you guys
No,
feel like
it's
you
not-
know
it's
what?
not- it's
Fuck,
not
I don't
fun.
like that shit.
It's not fun to me anymore.
It's not fun.
I made
Anymore.
that very clear.
Yeah.
Like I went on and I know how crazy I looked the last time I spoke. I said, "Hey, stop talking about me. I'm done with this. And everyone, I know I look nuts. I reviewed it before it was posted. I knew I looked insane. And I saw everyone's like, yo, you look so fucking hurt. Yeah, that was the fucking point. And I have no problem looking hurt. I'm hurt. This is getting really fucking corny. Yeah. Like, aren't y'all sick of it?
No,
like,
we're not.
This shit is
no, we're not.
See,
just to answer that question, absolutely not. Nigga, to see you do this every time, this is amazing. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Rory couldn't sell drugs.
He can't. He's too honest. He actually brought that up in there. He said, I tried to sell for like a day.
I know. I could tell.
And he said, this ain't for me.
He probably couldn't purchase pussy either.
Nope. Nope.
He ended up pawning his car to get a wedding ring.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Rory get embarrassed from buying condoms. Like, you can tell, like he's just that type of guy.
Yeah, bro.
He goes to self-checkout to get the Trojans.
That's crazy.
Oh, he hates when they're in the box. You know, the steel box?
Yeah.
Oh, he got to ask
He
somebody.
won't even buy them. He won't
he
even
gotta
buy
go to the
He be like, let me go to a
employee.
white neighborhood to where I could just go right through self-checkout, not cause a scene, put some syrup on top of it. And call it a day.
I did that exact thing 2 days ago. I went to a ghetto food line. I took it to the lady, and she was like, how you? I was like, how you doing? I was like, good. She was like, you better be doing a whole lot better. I was like, yeah. I know it's better go down.
But that's the best. Not too much to go off a tangent, but that's the best thing about the hood stores. Buying condoms or something, they always got something to say to you about that shit. Always got something to say to you.
But they're always in a secure device.
Yeah.
You always got to get the tag removed. That's the only caveat.
It's always a scene. And don't let you ever try to buy some in the little tag thing, because you know they're like bungee to the desk
with the metal cord.
Yeah, with the metal cord, but sometimes the cord breaks, so they gotta go to another station to use their thing, or they gotta pass it over to the girl next to them.
Or the niggas new and don't know how to open it.
Yeah, they're like, I can't get this. Can you just make it?
Yeah, like, hey, this nigga purchasing this right here. Help me open.
I can't get it open. Yeah, just causing a whole scene. But
everybody know you.
See,
active.
this was just the emotional part of Rory that I cannot do. I can't. You know what I'm saying? No, Rory, are y'all sick of us? No, we're not. This is amazing. It's like anytime somebody can get you out, anytime somebody can move you out your position this quickly, you're always going to be a target. You know what I'm saying? Always, when you could be shifted like that, you know?
And you would have thought he would have got some armor from Joe, from being around Joe all those years.
You would think his niggas are built Teflon.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's a little too early. Let's listen to a little bit more and then we'll.
It's corny.
I just did the same thing you did. People said you emotional, sending warnings and shit.
I mean, it's the internet though. But what's wrong with being emotional? I had from what I thought, an extremely close relationship with somebody that wasn't based off a podcast we happened to do one. We were very, very close as friends. Fucking, he was hanging with my mom in fucking St. Albans, Queens, with Ace of Spades bottles, like in the backyard, like that type of relationship.
It was a
This
negotiation
isn't funny to me
tactic.
anymore. Like, I'm sorry that I ruin all of Reddit's dreams of this back and forth, and that I allow a million lies to be told, and I don't reply to shit. I'm sorry I'm that person. This shit's not funny to me. Maybe I'm not. I saw people. You're not built for this content game. We're talking. Like, shut up. I'm just not doing back and forth with people I care about like that. That shit's just not for me.
But when he's not built for it.
Did he hit the nail on the coffin right there?
And he tried to, he tried to, like.
He tried to you know,
we're talking. Exactly. Which is hard. If
Exactly.
everybody could do it, well, it's a lot of people doing
I just
it.
don't
but
like.
everybody doing it.
I don't like the way he said that though. Still, like, if this nigga really did you dirty like that,
He tried
and he
to
was
make-
your homie, and then you said, I don't like talking about people I care about, you shouldn't care about him that much anymore. You
Additionally,
should not care about this
point.
nigga. Like, you shouldn't care about him to like shelter his feelings, to shelter
Yeah,
like.
it should be done at this point.
At this
Yeah.
point, I feel like they was fucking.
Joe was
Because
an
you really be
abusive.
this emotionally attached to somebody you won't bust a nuts
Yeah.
with.
For real.
Joe
This
is
is
an
his
abusive
girlfriend
ex.
he lost.
He's an abusive ex.
Stockholm syndrome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, sure.
You could tell. Look at his eyes.
That
Like,
pimping was so good. So sweet.
You know what I'm saying?
Nigga
He
ain't
was
been
in
the
love.
same. Nigga, that nigga missed that blade.
Yeah.
He missed that blade.
He loved the
boy.
pain. He loved seeing the blood drip.
It was warm over there. It's
Enticing
cold
to
out. It's
him.
It's
cold
his
out
natural
here.
habitat.
Yeah.
So he resorted to his primal settings.
His hand tattoo kept looking like dirt to me throughout this whole thing.
Yeah, that's not or body hair.
Yeah, it was weird. It was kind of crazy, but that was so off
He's a
topic. But
caveman.
it's
Yeah, you hating at this point.
Yeah, I'm hating at this point. See? And we hit 10 minutes, I'm sure. You know what I'm saying? Like, for 15. Like,
All right, Maury. Rory, it's cool fucking with you.
yeah, it was cool fucking with you. But, yeah, now to his album, though. Now, to review his album, because I only have to have this harsh a critique about Rory is only right. You give him objective listens to their artwork. So, I'm only about 30% of the way through. I'm sorry. We did promise last week that it will be premiering here and we would have the full review. Lauren did listen to the whole thing, so you'll hear more from him on this. But now, based off what I heard, there's a couple things that I'm still confused about. And mind you, I'm only judging 30% of the project, maybe the first 5 or 6 songs. But I only got like 1, maybe 2 that I like out of those first 5 or 6 that are like okay. I don't know how much replay value they have just yet, but I still can't tell if he's on any of these songs, and that kind of irritates me.
I don't believe so. When your album, the whole rollout, it's just him. It's not like he's up there with his other artists and like, yo, I got her on the joint. This nigga came through and did some production for this track. It's just him. The whole
he's not even saying things like that. Like he's mentioning like. He's got a Fonte verse on there, shout out North Carolina, and J Electronic. You know, he's mentioning that, but it's just, I don't know. Even when he speaks about the album and this rollout, I was having a hard time even clicking into Rory's dropping an album mode because he didn't sound like somebody who had spent 3 years building an album, just verbally talking. You know what I mean? Like, I've taken a year to write one song, and I can tell you every detail of how that song got to how it was. You know what I mean? And it was like, all I got was that this album got pushed back due to COVID. That's the most I got emotion out of it. You know what I mean? So it was kind of, and then to hear is R&B soul. I'm like, this is like my favorite genre, or neo soul is more my thing, but or soul, neo soul, but or trap soul. But so I'm like, all right, yeah, I'm even more of a fan. Like, let me listen to it. It was just okay. It sounded like he was on the intro. It sounded like he was on the intro record, but it was kind of hard to tell. I don't know, but I mean. I'm at like 1.5 out of 6 right now, and I'm not done the whole thing.
I'm just a little confused because the whole rollout was about him. Like, isn't it called "I Thought I'd Be Different"?
Right, and that's why.
I thought it'd
be different. It'd be different.
I'm listening to the song, and I'm like, what does this have to do with him being molested?
You thought it would be different, though. You got you.
Literally.
He got you.
Oh, okay.
Rory
might have been playing.
Rory is somewhere right now saying, it's a joke.
Even his like, that might be the neat, like what he was trying to do. Like his rollout was kind of confusing. You thought it would be different.
True.
You listened to the music.
They said, you thought I was going to be rapping.
But
it's
the tracks I've heard, like when we was just talking and it was playing, it sounded cool. Which that passes the first test. Like, can it just play in the background?
True.
And then, you know, the Ari Lennox song, that was pretty cool. It's a decent.
It started off, the Ari Lennox one kind of lost me. I love how it started, but I didn't like how it progressed.
Yeah.
It didn't hold me the same. The way that the song brought me in, I like Ari. Yeah, there was the build-up was flat to me. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't what I thought an Ari Lennox should do.
Yeah, they came through swinging and got tired in the second round.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, and the album started off slow. I feel like it didn't pick up till track 3. That's the one that got Conway on it. But I can't speak for anything after that, so you can.
I was gonna say, I think the best way to enjoy this album is if you hadn't listened to any of the records before, because
I hadn't.
I hadn't either, because he had a couple of them that were already out apparently.
And I missed all those.
And some of the ones that were out were the ones I liked. You know what I'm saying? So because I didn't hear it before, it was like rolled into all of an album, and I was like, all right, those are straight.
I was about to say, like, if you think if Rory wasn't Rory and somebody just dropped this album, like,
would it be received more? Or or
would
better?
it be received
honestly,
in a different light?
I was pretty objective about it altogether. Because the reason why I don't think it's a crazy phenomenal album, because I was listening to it while I'm doing shit at the crib. Nothing that came on, only like maybe 1 or 2 tracks that came on made me stop. Like, yo, what's this?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The others sounded good.
They just played though.
But they just played. And sometimes I'd hear a bar like, oh, that's fly. You know what I'm saying? That's cool. But it wasn't anything that, there's some albums that like, it don't matter what I'm doing. I stop in the middle of that shit like, yo, what's this? Let me run it back.
Stove Jesus.
Yeah, facts. And to be fair, when I first, the reason I didn't listen to more of it is because I started listening to it, and then the first 2 songs, I had to start over. Long story short is what I'm pretty much trying to say, because I realized I was hating crazy the first two tracks. Couldn't even get out of hater brain to listen to.
Hating.
I was going. I was going crazy. Like,
but from what angle though? Like,
from what angle of just? I was going from the angle of
nigga, you got all this money, all these.
It wasn't that. The first thing that was fucking up my listening experiences, and I was listening for his voice because I still don't know what exactly he's involved in.
That's probably the most important part, which we didn't touch on yet.
It
was that I didn't hear him.
Exactly. So because I'm still confused on, did you just do the DJ Khaled approach and just invite people together that you think will make a good song? But then at the same time, this is your album. And I thought it'd be better. So if that was me, I'm thinking maybe he went to two of the artists that he thought would work good and be like, I want a song that is about this thing that happened in my life. You know what I'm saying?
This is a soundtrack to a moment in time that he put together with other artists.
And I want y'all to come together as I describe this emotion or feeling, y'all make a song about it. Or I don't know, did he come to them and be like, this is the emotion or feeling. I wrote 4 bars. Can you incorporate? I don't know what he had involvement-wise.
I think he does more of that, and I don't know. I'm really just kind of off the cuff. But
I don't
overhearing him talk before in the past a little bit, I think he does more of the Diddy approach, where he's
Rick
also
Rubin?
Not like the Diddy approach.
Oh,
where he's also there, like all right, let's put this section of the song here. And let's do this. And he's like arranging, he's producing the whole thing.
Something tells me he knows what to do behind the engineering board.
Yeah. So he's doing that. I think it's that coupled with like just saying this works, this doesn't. And let's put these people together and let's like, so he's like orchestrate. He's like doing the orchestra piece. He's the composer. Yeah, he's composing it.
Yeah, because it's like, are we doing, is he doing studio sessions where like y'all writing and then as they're laying it down, I'm like, no, but I need to feel this way. You know what I'm saying? Like, so like you're helping me write. Are you co-write? That's one thing I didn't look at. The bottom, at the bottom of
And I don't like how vague he's being about it. I don't like how he's saying, like, yeah, it's your album, Rory, but
what does that
where
mean?
You
though?
at?
Yeah,
like,
what
just
does
because,
that mean?
I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know.
So I mean, like written by. So the written by, I have a feeling his name is on here. At least on this one that I'm looking at. But I'm wondering if written by, because, a lot of people didn't realize until Kanye talked about it. Written by can mean anything.
Yeah, they have one line on that bitch.
It can be somebody who literally like put a pen to paper and help you structure something, or it could be somebody that just
gave you a Jolly Rancher.
Exactly.
And if he's nice enough, it's like, yeah, you wrote it for me.
Exactly.
Like,
give him some writing credit. Yeah. So we don't even know. I don't even understand that. So,
it's like executive producer.
Yeah, and it's like one thing I will say is that like on his album run, I wish, even if you do go in on Joe Budden shit, which I think you 100% should. So like if you're on an album rollout, let me just throw this out there. Yeah. Let's talk about Joe Budden in every interview. But like you have to describe your involvement in the music more because, or at least force them to take you down that path question-wise, because I watched this and I watched clips of Bootleg Kevin. I just didn't understand it.
And for a person who talks, and because it's just talking, it's so easy, you would think he would know how to like, yeah, Joe's cool, but we made some music together. Speaking of music, I got a new tape.
Right.
You think you'll know how to like fish through it. And
exactly. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, since the ceiling of just talking is so low.
Yeah.
And that's another thing. I ain't like that shit. We should put that in the but I did not like that shit. Like, you taking a shot just because we're talking. Yeah, nigga, there's skill to just talking.
Yeah.
Like, and everybody's skills varies, and yours ain't up there like that much because you're too emotional. You know what I'm saying?
It's happened to all of us. I've hooped with this nigga in the past, and it's like, nigga, it's just basketball. Like, nigga.
Yeah.
But he won.
Yeah, exactly.
Of course I'm saying that. Like,
exactly. Yeah. So, yeah, it's just like, I wish we understood more what your involvement was on the album, but outside of my first 6, what about the rest of it? You kind of gave us an synopsis.
Yeah, it was a cool album. I would listen to it again though.
Yeah.
What I would say from my whole listen, what I did hear that was good. He knows how to construct an album to where it's not just.
I saw there was 2 skits which mean everything to me already. So
so where it's not just one style the whole way through.
Yeah.
It can carry you the whole way, and you have a different vibe where most people will like it. Yeah, most people will like it, and there's like. and there's like still cohesiveness to it, to where it's not it's not a whole bunch of random records.
Okay.
It's good background.
Yeah,
You can just play it from the first track
all the way through.
Road trip.
Yeah.
Which isn't bad.
He knows how to put a good album.
He actually knows how to put an album together, which is important because a lot of niggas don't.
And that's a skill in itself. That's hard. That's hard.
Sure.
That's hard.
Sure.
And
I
said
wish,
that like a West Coast nigga. That's hard.
Yeah, right.
and I wish he would articulate himself more about like the process and what his goal was with it, because he might have intended for this just to be some you at the cookout or you just chilling smoke with the homies, got it in the background. It's not necessarily for your AirPods to you on the train just riding to it.
And
it might be social music.
And like the vibe of this album, it should be like in a commercial or something. I'm surprised, you know.
Yeah, it definitely didn't. I didn't get too much soul out of it so far. Like R&B, but like
a little more neo.
Soul is it's a big label. I feel like it had. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm glad you said that though, because I do hear this album in all sorts of commercials and movies. Like I hear that.
You can hear it like
I hear
anywhere.
that,
It's
for
the
sure.
perfect marketing.
For sure.
Like
marketing music.
Rory is smart.
Yeah.
Like Rory isn't stupid.
I think he worked in marketing at Atlantic though.
It's good transition.
I did learn that about him.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's good transition music.
I learned a lot more about his career in music and respected his career in music and record labels and stuff like that too. But yeah. That's marketing.
Yeah, you can tell.
Yeah, you can tell. Yeah,
you can hear it in the music, but like as far as like you said, the soul.
Yeah,
I don't know
about.
I only like me personally. I've only heard like a couple soul artists that like all right, like these are the soul artists I like.
Yeah, it's normally no question whether you're like once you hear soul, I don't even R&B doesn't even come in my head. It doesn't even pop in my head. And I don't really like new R&B. I like that trap. I like that trap soul. You know what I'm saying? Like I like that trap soul.
Ghetto guy. I feel you.
That trap R&B. I don't want to hear.
Wait.
It's like Chris Brown. Like the Chris Brown is like the most R&B like that I'll do. I don't like hearing them sing. How do I want to say
if
Kehlani music don't do it for me like I feel like it should.
Nah,
you know what I'm saying?
I don't like EDM sounds in my R&B.
I don't either.
If I hear like EDM-esque,
and that's how it feels to me.
For
like,
Chris Brown especially, like he's not R&B. He's not. I don't know.
It's not even that.
He's a
no
pop
more.
star. Shout out
but
to
it's
Chris
like
Brown.
kind of like Kehlani. It's like I like Kehlani, but it's like. Man,
just because it's
let me
a
come
slow
back and
beat,
articulate this later.
and then like I don't know music, just
because you're singing how you feel, don't make it an R&B. Kind of thing,
right. Just because it's introspective, don't make it like you still have to have certain elements.
It might not even be introspective. I have a thing about where like you're singing long words, you're singing.
Kehlani's so subpar though.
Yeah, getting your heart broken by a nigga isn't like isn't all the credentials you need to make R&B music.
right.
You gotta have more than just a sad story.
Yeah. It's
some vocals that gotta come and back that up.
It's some vocals. It's maybe some dance routines that needs to come with that. You know, I don't know. I'm gonna figure out a way to articulate why I don't like today's R&B nearly as much. But like I fuck with heavy like a Jessie Reyez, like where it's a Jessie Reyez, like her. I love
like
her.
I
love her. I love Jessie Reyez. I love Black.
You know, Party Next Door. It's a bunch
Party Next Door, stuff like that.
Bryson Tiller, you know.
Yeah,
but
Bryson,
a lot of them, it's probably like the writers. It's probably some shit like we don't even know about. Like
true.
Because a lot of them probably didn't write their records.
And Ty Dolla $ign.
And then Ty Dolla $ign.
Sure.
Brent Fayez.
Fuck with Brent heavy.
And then the producers, so many like different aspects.
Yeah, and I think it's my dislike with certain R&B. It does come down to instrumentals,
bro.
A lot of the times,
because it's not like
there's certain instrumentals that force you to do this like early 2000s singing on. That's how I can describe it.
Yeah,
I hate the instrumentals that force the artist to do early 2000 R&B. I'd be like, what the fuck are we listening to?
Yeah,
like it's the beat. That's what it is. It's the beat that drives me crazy because certain beats you can only do like. I was walking down the street. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta really stretch out the phrases.
Yeah, I don't like that. I hate that shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm so over that. Like, we shouldn't even be listening to this beat to begin with. Number one, that's how, you know what I'm saying?
The niggas is losing retention.
Bro. Yeah.
But back to Rory, the 6 songs that I have heard, I didn't hear any sample.
True,
which I will congratulate because you know it's, it's 2022. You know, sampling is a disease right now.
Yeah, it is. I think
pandemic.
I don't want to cut you off, but I think it was track 3, the musical
the score, like the composition.
Score, composition, crazy.
Yeah.
10 out of 10. I think this might have been track 3 or track 4.
For Rory's album?
Yeah, the composition was nice.
Talking about see how this thing goes.
I think so. There was a part where it was just like 1 minute of instrumental, and I said, "This nigga's going crazy." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I like that. I like when it's just
It's a vibe, yeah.
and then I can hear every instrument, and it sounds like this album can easily. That is one thing I give him too. This album is definitely meant to be live.
Right.
It's not meant to be listened to.
Right. It's music.
It's live
music. Yeah.
It's
instrumentation.
music.
It's live instrumentation. Like I would much rather the first time I hear it to be live. Personally,
It's like
that'd
one of
be
them.
nice.
It's one of them lost arts that niggas don't do nowadays, where they don't understand how important it is to have
don't
the music
understand.
ride out at one point.
Yeah.
Let that bitch, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Let the beat ride. It's
Yeah.
like, who said that? Like, yo, let's let the beat ride.
Yeah, just let it breathe. I'm
bunch
not
of-
sure, but yeah, it's just like because when you're on stage, your band is so important. It's like we're not all just here for this. Like when you have a badass band, you finish the song and get the fuck out the way because these niggas
Let
might
them
take
go.
it. They might go for 2 minutes
Yeah.
and have these niggas going crazy.
Everybody gets their own solo.
Depending on how crazy they feel like, no,
Yeah.
nigga, just let me sit down because they cooking right now.
Turn this into a 15-minute song.
Exactly,
And get
yeah.
a 30-minute standing ovation right after.
Exactly. So I do 100% see this album being alive. I hope he makes some sort of content around that. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
his
like
own tiny desk.
his own tiny
unplugged
desk.
shit, whatever.
Some unplugged, yeah, where
Roy just up there with a stick.
I think that
composing.
will be essential. I think that'll be essential for us to
Hopefully that's the rest of that fucking video we watched.
Yeah.
rest of the video.
That promo video. Hopefully, like that promo video has more to it,
Oh,
and it's
yeah,
some
yeah.
shit like that.
It
True.
opens up to a
Yeah.
black
That
dude
would
behind a
make- I
drum.
mean, yeah,
that
that's
would have been
true.
crazy if it opened up to like different sets of them playing the song live or some shit. Like he
That'd've
was
been
talking to
hard.
them about it. Like maybe the whole thing was like telling them why he thought it'd be different. They play. I don't know. Maybe I should have been in the room with this nigga.
I about to say, you don't give somebody no ideas.
Sound like you got some ideas for him. Might have to get on that marketing team.
You also gotta remember, we're always gonna go past the bare minimum thought process.
I was gonna bring it up like
know what I'm saying?
it's bare minimum we talking
yeah,
about.
yeah. So it's like this is bare. You know what I'm saying? So
Like if his next tape, y'all think is gonna y'all looking forward to his next
I'm
tape?
not looking
a
forward to
little
his next tape. I'm looking forward to what he's gonna do with this tape. That's what I'm more concerned with. Not
Like I said, he was on your plate right now. We ain't
yeah. I don't
worried
care
about
what he does next. Because the thing with music, which is another reason why we started doing. I mean, at least I started doing podcasting. Is like I couldn't make music fast enough. And promoting music is so hard. Oh my God.
it is.
Oh my God. Like post-production,
Yep.
post-promotion is so hard, bruh. Most of the time, niggas are doing everything leading up to the day of. They have nothing planned for afterwards. And you have to learning how to push a record for a year, 2
Yeah.
years straight. And, Fetty Wap was pushing certain songs for 2-3 years before he held spot 1 through 4 on Billboard. The Sure Thing song with Miguel had that on a mixtape during the blog era called Mischief
For a
in
long time.
2009.
Yeah.
The song didn't pop off till 2014.
Jesus
And
Christ.
or 2013, something crazy like
It was
that.
something crazy. It was like 4 or 5 years.
Nigga was a
Yeah.
futurist.
That means
It was like 4 or
Miguel from
5.
the
Yeah,
future.
it was like 4 or 5 years. So it's like, I'm interested to see what he does with this now. How big can you make this?
with the promo.
Can you catch a plaque off one of these records? Will
He got one of them. I think that can go crazy.
Yeah, well,
he got
yeah.
one of them that can go
Because that's the
crazy.
thing. A successful record is, if you get one gold record a year, that's success. You know
You're
what I'm
making a
saying?
living.
You're making a living,
yeah.
a decent living, and it's like
You can tour off that.
You can tour off that for sure, and it's like record company wise, it's like when once a year, even if you put a whole project out, but one of those songs or the whole album sells 500,000 or diamond, or I'm not diamond, platinum. You had a great year as a record company. So yeah, I'm interested to see what he does, how he works this the next 6 months.
And how dedicated and how serious he wants to take it. Because a lot of people
Right.
have different expectations in the fields that they get into. He might not be trying to be the greatest musical composer
You
of
know
all
what?
time. I
I'm
don't know.
so glad you said
I don't even
that.
know what you call this.
No, I'm so glad you said that. Maybe that's what bothers me with Rory too. It's I don't know what he wants to be the best at all. I don't know what he wants to be the best in the world at.
He might not have those type of aspirations.
Maybe.
Ambition is a thing for like the minority of people. Because if everybody had that same level of ambition,
There's
some truth to that for
okay. This nigga composed the album.
We don't know what he did with the album.
We don't know how hands-on he was.
Look, he composed it.
He put an album together.
And I'm willing to give him that. I'm willing to believe that Rory was actually in the lab like, nah, this song got to come before this one because the synchronicity of the beat.
He is having like a mini identity crisis in his career, I feel like, which I do like.
It happens for sure.
Do you guys think this is inspired by Joe Budden?
Nah, because it sounded like he was. Honestly, I don't know. I have no idea.
Nah, he was doing this for a while. He's been doing this for a while.
Doing this for a while.
Even from when he was with them, I think he was still working on this.
Yeah, I want to know if does he plan like does he want to be the best in music? That's really what I want to know. Like, does he want a diamond record? Does he want a gold record? Does he want a platinum record? Does he want a #1 hit? What does he want in music?
And like he's not talking to us. He's not telling us what he's trying to do. Like in his next decade, that Rory's gonna be here because Rory's not leaving.
Nah.
Like Rory's gonna be here for a long time.
And now that he's got this album, he's definitely gonna be here forever. The residuals off of that'll be nice.
Yeah, now music's gonna live for a very long time.
Yeah,
and shout out to you, Rory. You actually need to come up on here and talk with us because there's a few questions that you haven't been asked.
Yeah,
There's some answers that are needed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, facts. That's a whole fact.
Some answers that are required. We're gonna do our due diligence.
Yeah, facts.
We're gonna be professionals about it. You're gonna feel comfortable.
Can't wait to hear what the commenters say about that.
Hey, better feel comfortable.
Yeah, they're gonna call us cheaters.
Yeah.
Let's see if
we went from Joe's to the Rory and Malls.
Let me see something real quick.
So we're whores.
Huh? Yeah, sluts.
Jesus
the 𝔓𝔦𝔐𝔓𝔦𝔑 of podcasting.
Milk never showed up.
He never arrived.
Milk never showed up.
Niggas in the comments was predicting this.
Shout out to Milk, man.
Yeah, so it looks like Milk74 did not show up to Back on Fist 70. 𝙼𝙾𝚃 is there. That's 𝙼𝙾𝚃.
Hey,
Yeah.
shout out to 𝙼𝙾𝚃.
𝙼𝙾𝚃's there. So
Yeah.
𝙼𝙾𝚃, they probably called an audible and had 𝙼𝙾𝚃 show up.
I get money. That's how that nigga sound.
Yeah,
He sound
yeah.
like
I get money. That's that, and I'm on my block.
like the other block from West Side Gun. That's
He
kind of how
sounds
he
short.
sounds like.
Is he little?
He's a little man.
Yeah, he
like
sounds
Easy E.
He sounds petite.
Definitely Easy E vibes. He used to have a
Yeah.
Jerry curl. That was like one of his like.
Oh, okay.
His look.
That was one of his, that was one of his. He's like real '90s LA.
He's
Yeah.
cut from that cloth.
He's cut from
Yeah.
'90s LA cloth for sure. Yeah, for
his
sure.
cloth is
He was
dripping with
signed-
Jerry curl juice.
He was signed to Rock Nation Management
Yeah.
out for like a year or two, and then he broke away from them.
He's been
That's
around
like-
for a minute.
That's
He's
like-
been around, yeah.
That's like having an uncle that was on a NFL practice squad.
Yeah, and I think he's a legend out there in LA too because he's a legendary hustler, Nipsey Hussle homie, and his hood beat a RICO case from his generation.
Wow.
So that was like that was like another thing
Nigga.
too,
Traplo
Beat a
Ross.
Rico.
which is a big deal. Yeah,
Traplo Ross need to make the documentary. That sounds
that would be a
that sounds
documentary.
made for TV.
Yeah, that does.
YouTube.
Yeah, so it's like musically, he's done his thing. He was like for his section, the Nipsey Hussle level hustler.
Yeah.
And then apparently his hood be some sort of RICO. So it's like,
Nigga became a martyr.
and then you stamp by the Rock Nation thing. It's like he really got 𝙼𝙾𝚃 is stamped all
His
universally.
hood need
you
a
know?
Mount Rushmore.
Exactly.
Beating
Yeah.
Rico, you deserve everything.
Exactly,
Nigga.
yeah. So
Yeah.
that would be a good Trap Lord Ross for sure. Because I've seen little 10-minute, 5-minute documentaries on him, and I'm like, this shit sound deep. You know what I'm
Little
saying?
quick
Yeah.
tidbits, but somebody got to do the deep dive.
Yeah, but shout out
Really
to
get the tweets and the timestamps up.
Yeah, facts. But shout out to 𝙼𝙾𝚃 for actually filling in from what it seemed like Milk74 no show. And
Is that disrespectful?
It's
It is.
unprofessional.
Because you wouldn't, take somebody's face and put him on your thumbnail if y'all hadn't already shook hands.
At that point, it seems like it was a pretty confirmed conversation.
Yeah,
like
it's like,
it almost on some I'm on the way shit. You know
This
what
is
I'm saying?
very black of him.
Yeah.
This is why he was
Yeah.
able to go incognito on that Jubilee episode.
Yeah.
He's a nigga at heart.
Yeah, because
He might show up when it's over.
I'm surprised he didn't show up. I mean, in the episode Back on Figg is still live while we're recording right now. That's what we're talking about it. So he might show up by the time this clip comes out. I don't know. But
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm
it
glad
ain't
you
look-
said that
yeah,
because
it ain't
in the
looking-
case that happens, they're going to come in the comments like, you dumb motherfucker.
But they're 2 hours into this podcast. I don't see them being online for another hour or two. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So-
they're not Joe Rogan.
Yeah, exactly.
Shit,
So
they're not Homeroom.
Yeah, facts.
We'll give
Homeroom-
y'all niggas 4 or 5 hours
Hey, look.
on
that's-
accident.
That's a fact. That's a fact. So yeah, I don't know. That's kind of crazy that he didn't show up. But one thing about Milk is we are gonna get a reason.
He's probably getting his hair braided.
He always gives a reason?
Milk never misses the commentary.
Word?
Never. highly suggest subscribing to Milk74 YouTube channel. And based off what our channel viewers watch, y'all watch Milk74, so y'all know what time it is.
Shout out to Milk, man. I didn't understand how disgusting the word milk was until you put it next to a person. Like when you attach it to a person, I was thinking that milk. Ugh, like milk is a nasty word.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
It sounds like it's filled with pus.
Yeah.
And on top of that, it seems weird because I think he was supposed to come on before a couple weeks ago, but he was like, I'll just wait for the 74th episode because it's Milk74. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, damn, bro, you're not gonna show up on. But at the same time, in the last 2 weeks, him and Smack have been going back and forth. Smack is pissed that he spoke on him. Smack has not. I mean, Milk74 broke it down perfectly in all his videos. Milk74 is like, Smack, you're not in the streets anymore. You're a YouTuber. Everybody's gonna speak on you, including me. If you do Gilligan activity, I'm gonna call you a Gilligan. It's no love, you know what I'm saying? And then Milk right now, Milk and Smack are having the real nigga versus content nigga beef. That's the beef that they're in the middle of.
Like one's a journalist and one still wants to be a thug.
Exactly.
The beef that everybody has with academics.
Essentially, yeah. And it's like, Smack is talking about, you call me. Don't be making no videos about me. You call me. You can ask me what's the deal. And he's like, nigga, you're a YouTuber. I'm not, and he was like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like,
those things aren't mutually exclusive though. Like if you know you're about to say something that's gonna piss somebody off and you have a somewhat relationship with them, you could say something before. Because I don't like it when niggas get on here and say something that they wouldn't say to that person's face.
No, that's true, 100%. That's 100% true. But to be fair, Milk's initial response that got Smack upset, he wasn't talking crazy. It was remember after they hood day, Smack got jumped. I don't know. We never talked about
Smack
it.
got. Oh
But
yeah, I remember it.
Hoover had a hood day, and this nigga literally got beat up. Like,
and they was joking about it, like, damn, nigga, what happened?
Yeah, like Black Eye didn't come to the next episode.
Yeah. They was acting like he got wet in the dunk tank.
Yeah, like he really got beat down at his own hood day. And then, but the thing is, after he got in that fight, he went online and was driving the passenger seat in the car, lips swollen, looking crazy, and he was like, man, don't nobody say nothing to me. Like, so Milk was online, and Milk even said in his response video, I never clowned you for getting jumps. The only thing that I said was, why are you still going to hood days when you're Smack? You're not in the streets no more. And number two, why would you go to the internet to show your beat up face after you just got beat up? Those are the only two things Milk said. He didn't say nothing disrespectful with him at all. He was just like, it's Gilligan activity to go to the internet after you got beat up and then be like, and then act like the hood, you good with the hood still. No, you're fucked up right now. Why are you on the internet? But he never like went in, you know.
He's trying to control the narrative.
Yeah.
Like, let me get on this before they go
trying
wild.
To control
on
the narrative.
net.
So that's what Smack is mad at over some dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? And then he tried to make it seem like Milk had like went against him and his loyalty's not with him. So then the next couple of videos, Milk just started saying shit that Smack was doing where Milk was like, Smack, wasn't you just in my text messages talking about how dude's a pedo and how you wouldn't fuck with dude? And then next week I see you sitting on his couch. And then after that, he
eating
was
his cookies and milk.
Yeah, and then after that, you talking about I'm fucking with your ops, and then you over here talking to my ops. You know what I'm saying? Like, cut it out, bro. He was like, what are we doing right now? You know, like, Milk normally comes at it from an extremely logical perspective, which is why I enjoy his content, you know?
He's a righteous man.
Yeah.
So it's like, even if he's wrong, he's right. It's
He's
like, 'cause
kind of
it's
thing,
like,
yeah.
You know,
He smokes his cigarette, he sits on the porch, and he spews objectivity sometimes.
Yep.
It's really that simple.
Take your 7.4 to get your mind right, and we gonna get into this. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
That's his thing.
That's his thing?
That's his thing. Take
Yeah.
your 7.4. Don't be a Gilligan and a reoccurring viewer. Hit that subscribe button.
I wonder how he came to that estimation of 7.4 seconds. That's all it takes.
I think what happened was he only added it because when he first started his channel, he used to say, let's take a hit to get our minds right. But he used to take the longest drags off of his blunt. So people started joking in the comments like, yo, you took 7.4 seconds. And I think he's been using it since then. I think that's how the 7.
It's an inside joke. I love it.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
I think that's how the 7.4 thing came about because his early videos you'll see, bruh, he'd take his first hit and the nigga would be like, I mean, like damn near, like he be like
Nigga
deep
said
in hell.
one for the money,
Yeah,
two for the show.
deep
Three
in
'cause
hell.
I'm
You
pretty.
know
But
what I'm
all in one.
But all
He
in
don't let
one,
go.
though, he was doing deep inhale. So it was like,
Yeah.
yeah. So that's how the early ones are. But he's doing it. He's a lot quicker now, and he tries not to show the blunt because
You know.
YouTube. YouTube does things like that. But
It's
Restrictions
crazy
and
how
guidelines.
milk has changed throughout the years. Like I felt like what he's telling Smack, somebody told him that.
Yeah.
I forgot who though, but
Oh,
somebody
yeah,
Back in the
yeah.
day when he first started popping off, for
Yeah.
sure.
oh yeah,
It might have been Adam because you know he was I don't know.
He strategically
Possibly.
avoided being spoiled.
yeah, possibly, yeah. But yeah, that is gonna be. I do wonder. That is a conversation that everybody has to have with a hood nigga who gets into content.
Yeah,
It's like,
eventually.
this is not the streets. Like
You
you
gotta
know,
sit him down like, what you want to do?
you're right. Yeah,
You know?
it's like any hood nigga getting into content, you have to sit them down and have a serious one-on-one and explain to them content versus the streets.
You got to show him what happened to Tex
yeah,
and just be like, hey,
Or
pretty much, yeah.
what outcome would you like to
The
see?
intelligent
This is a
ones.
choose your own adventure story.
Yeah, the intelligent ones at least. Some niggas are gonna crash out, you know.
And then
It's
Tex
just-
was supposed to be one of the intelligent ones.
yeah, he
Yeah.
You know
was.
what I mean?
and he like
It's like, you know what befuddled means.
yeah.
Well, you know the thing with Tax is too. It's like
shout out to Tex, man, because
Tax had that thing, but it's like Mano dragged him. Was it Mano? No, not Mano. Casanova dragged him out the house to the venue. Tax. Troy's homies initiated the fight. So it's like
But
it's a
Tex brought the guns.
Tax finished it though. You know what I'm saying? It's one of those I won't start nothing, but I'll finish it situations. You know what I'm saying?
And it's like sometimes I'll re-listen to old episodes of the podcast, and he'll just say something that's very eerie because he's nearly foreshadowing what happened.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like you know he's on the verge, and you know
I knew he was like willing to crash out. None of us knew how willing he was.
he literally said, "I will kill you if you try to kill me." Like he
Yeah,
said
yeah.
that on multiple episodes.
Right.
I think the one with the locks. Like yeah,
Oh,
you,
okay,
you'll
okay.
die trying to fuck with me.
Was he the
Yes.
first real successful gangster podcast?
Absolutely. No questions.
It's like he damn near made a new genre.
yeah, for sure. He did the blueprint of that genre. Because there was no other gangster podcast.
And that was the first time I ever really saw hood niggas listening to podcasts.
Yeah.
Or even mentioning it.
We can talk about that because we off note.
Taxstone somehow made a complete new genre of podcasting.
Facts. He 100% did.
Who gets credited for being the first real gangster rapper? I know it's a few of them up there in that 80s era.
Ice-T.
Yeah, right.
Ice-T's the official, on paper, like the first gangster rapper.
I would hate to call Taxstone the Ice-T of podcasting because that doesn't sound too well. You know
Unless
what I'm
he
saying?
comes out and starts getting police acting roles.
I was, but
That'd be crazy.
yo, shout out to Ice-T. Ice-T is a
Ice-T
real
made an
nigga.
amazing
I love
career out of it. Yeah.
Shout out to Pimps Up Hoes Down.
Yeah, but Tax for sure because Combat Jack was a hip hop attorney.
Yeah.
He had the Combat Jack. Well, he started Loudspeaker with Chris Monroe. So they were the, and I can't even speak on podcast period. We're really talking about hip hop podcasts.
Yeah.
Because Joe Rogan was doing his shit way back in the day too. Joe, you know what I'm saying? He was doing this shit before he was doing this shit during Fear Factor. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, but Combat Jack, not gangster rapper, he was a lawyer in podcasting. Then it was Juan Epstein, Cypher Sounds, and Peter Rosenberg.
Yep.
Shout out to Peter Rosenberg.
And then other ones started popping up outside of that, I'm sure. But then the next notable one that I knew about was like Brain Idiots. And then Tax Season was the first.
Reed and all them.
The Reed and all them started popping up. But yeah, the first gangster one, like a gangster behind a microphone for real, had to be Tax.
It was Taxstone.
The Taxstone, man. Yeah, bro.
What made him great is what made him weak at the same time. Because
Yo.
he's in a 4-wall cell right now.
And Joe Budden, and I always forget, just because I was so invested in Taxstone's Tax Season, the Joe Budden incident was that was the one that really catapulted that podcast to like,
To astronomical levels.
yeah, to astronomical levels.
Is it-
Yeah. So it's like that one really catapulted it. What? I don't know what it is. Yeah. No, leave them out though.
I'm about to say something's going on in the studio.
Yeah, I'm about to. Oh no, yeah.
You said it sounded like an individual?
But
Size 12s, 11?
right. But yeah, and then I remember Gillie came on the Tax Season.
Yeah, he came on very early. Nori
Yeah.
came on there.
Yeah.
He had a bunch of niggas in podcasting on very
Meek.
early. He had Star on there.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
Legendary episode, still available on SoundCloud.
I was just re-listening to that a couple of days ago at work.
He also had a lot of bottle girls, which, you know, looking back, I think
Cardi B.
he just, you know, he feels bad for it.
Early on, he used them as co-hosts. It was like, you know, it was
He
lubricant
did.
for the conversation. It's a pair of big titties in the room. I don't know what would have happened if that one Dominican girl wasn't in there on that Joe Budden episode.
That was Stephanie Santiago.
She was playing the perfect cheerleader role, but she was rooting for both teams.
She was.
Like, everybody was going to score, and it was because of her encouragement. nigga.
She used to be on Lip Service, but she's not on that no more. And then I remember the last thing I remember hearing about Stephanie Santiago is she had like an opioid addiction or something like that.
Jesus.
And she got crazy sick. And she had one of those early BBLs, so her proportions are crazy. And that's the last I heard from her. I don't know what she's doing. I think she might have been chilling with Dame for a little bit too, because
With Damon Dash?
with Damon. Because I would only because a lot
He
of
probably
her
turned that bitch into an entrepreneur.
yeah for sure, because she would all of a sudden a lot of her Instagram posts were her and Dame just chilling somewhere exotic.
And they not just talking
And they
business.
not just exactly.
just talking business.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
they doing something else.
So
Frisky business, nigga.
shout out to Stephanie Santiago. Shout out to Stephanie Santiago.
That's a superstar name right there, though.
It is, yeah.
You would think that she would take that a little bit further.
She's a legend.
Stephanie Santiago?
No, she's
That's
like
a comic book character.
She's a legendary like bad bitch in New York though. Like legendary, I think.
And it probably takes a lot to be a legendary
just-
bad bitch
Especially
in New
before
York.
the internet.
I was just about to say, what does it take for, you know, to be like that in New York?
Because there's so many of them over there.
Yeah.
Does it take fucking the right people and not fucking the right people? Like a combination of both?
Yeah, you gotta.
It's you know what I'm
type
saying?
war.
Yeah.
Because it's like because if she was fucking Jay-Z at one point, this is a win. Even now, it's like, oh, that's Jay-Z's ex-girlfriend. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like, if you're fucking Hell Rel, you know what I'm saying? It's
Ja
like
Rule.
Or Maul.
Maul.
She can even fuck big.
Yeah,
Fucking
right.
Maul.
Maul.
Right. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, okay, you're taking L's. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
she selectively got the right dicks and turned the right ones down and did the right business, I guess.
Which is what, you know, the good concubines do.
Yeah, she was probably the Cleopatra of the Bronx or wherever the fuck she from.
Charlamagne the guy once said,
Yeah.
proper pussy management, you know, it's rare out here. and
PPM.
He'll never say that again. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
nah.
But
Which is crazy.
I'll say it for him, but we're gonna get to that though, because we have a great Charlamagne section at the end. I feel like we're talking about Taxstone though. The reason that I brought up Joe Budden is because I was just like, damn, this nigga Joe is really a part of that big ass moment too. And I forgot a tax season where there's no other podcaster. I don't know any other podcaster who would have handled Joe Budden
Nobody.
and done what Tax did. By the way, he was screaming. He was like, the fuck is wrong with this dude? Yo! You know what I'm saying? Just like bugging out, bro. Like,
He was
you
just
do
getting
not-
so frustrated because he sees right through it. Like this
Yeah,
nigga, like Joe
yeah.
Budden kept calling him a jail nigga, and he's right. Tax is a jail nigga, but
Yes.
that's why he's seeing right through this nigga.
Right,
he's
right.
in the lab where manipulators go to get better at getting manipulating.
right.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
in there manipulating each other.
Yeah.
And like, yeah.
He but yeah, Tax. I still haven't seen a hood podcaster that great.
Are there any
Oh,
more?
I take that back. Maybe Big Loon. Big Loon, but his specialty is like, I would say Big Loon's not nearly as funny as Tax. So Tax was like hilarious too.
Nah.
Hilarious, articulate, intelligent.
Yeah. So,
He reads books.
Yeah, he was really one of a kind, bro. I don't know. I really hope. I don't know if they've sentenced him yet because the trial is over.
Yeah.
But I don't know if they've sentenced him. So I'm just really curious to know what Tax will do when he does get out. I mean, if he gets out, I don't know what he's even facing. God damn it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
It's possible for him to do a podcast from prison because he's done several appearances on different podcasts.
he has.
Like, do you think would you want to hear that? Real stories from the cell?
Nah.
I'm gonna be honest. I would listen to that.
It
For
would,
real?
I might just be
would.
that much of a
would be
Taxstone
s-
fan.
I would, but at the same time, how much can we really listen to? You know what I'm saying? I don't know how much, unless he was doing like phone interviews with people.
Tax would be doing what he did in the beginning,
What he was
opening a
doing.
new door in the podcast
That's
lane.
true.
You know what I'm
He
saying?
might trailblaze like,
Prison podcasting.
Prison
nigga.
podcasting,
It's got the
yeah.
sound of the phone call.
and maybe he start a network and that be a jail program.
Closed doors. That's how they opened up the podcast.
Turning cellies into communicators.
Yeah, bro,
yeah,
that'd
yeah.
be great. And he's really in there like. You can do the school program, and that's how you get your daily pay. Is government assist, is loudspeaker assistant.
Hey.
They set this program up with the jail.
And he still can keep up to date on what's going on socially in the popular lexicon.
Because he tweets still.
Bro,
so,
he tweets.
And he's gonna he might have the better perspective on things because he's detached. He's looking at it from out there.
True.
Or from in there. When you in it, like, bro, when you in it and you live in real everyday life, like it's certain things that you can't catch. You don't got the time to read this whole article and consume this shit.
He has more time to think about every angle than we can even wrap our mind around.
He's read, that book that you brought on our podcast is 400 pages. He is reading 400 books in the time it takes you to read that one book.
Yeah.
That's a
Literally.
fact.
He has just more time to divulge into those things.
No, that's a whole
He's
fact.
probably a better reader. You have all that time reading, nigga.
You better get out with a proficiency in reading after being in jail.
Yo, he has to write his own book.
He has to write a book.
I can only imagine.
And Charlamagne will back it, but it has to be a mature book. Or if it's not mature, it would be a mature.
It would be.
It would be.
It would be because he was already 35-ish.
33, I don't know, something like that.
I don't know how old he is now, but I wonder how old he is now. But it's like, even if he doesn't get out for 20 years, they're gonna be 50 by the time he get out. You know what I'm saying? So,
y'all trying to get him on the podcast? Because we could easily call him in.
Nigga,
that's nothing.
Hell yeah, and we'll put yes.
And I feel like we can get in contact with him like nothing.
Nigga,
he's 37 years old.
He's 37. Yes, a 20 piece would. Whew.
They said 20.
Wait, go back. Troy Ave is 37 too. Just. Oh, you closed the tab. Troy Ave was 30. Wow.
Mano 49.
Well, at least he's beefing with people his own age.
I thought Troy Ave was younger than me.
He's picking on kids his own size.
Yeah. Damn, I didn't know he was
literally.
That's honorable.
Both the same height.
Yeah, probably around that. But yeah, we're going to have to try to get Taxstone on this podcast.
I'm 100% down with that for sure.
Because it's very possible.
Because Taxstone, on top of Charlamagne, one of them reasons niggas pick that mic up.
For sure.
For sure.
Yeah. I wouldn't necessarily say that I'm out of my game after nobody. But those are people who played that made me want to play the game.
Yeah,
right, exactly.
Because I don't think that you can, like, especially with this is so personal. It's like you really got to be an individual to really make it work. I don't think you can see what Charlamagne does and just replicate it, even though there's plenty of people doing that currently.
Yeah, well,
a very specific version of them too.
Well, let's jump into that right now then, because there's no better timing than now. So there was a comment that we got on one of our YouTube videos where people think that, and it feels like, and it sounds like Charlamagne was almost responding to things that we were saying on the last podcast about his corporate hustle over ownership hustle, compared to talking about the version of Charlamagne that we get now.
Yeah.
You know, like there was the last episode of Brilliant Idiots during Ask An Idiot, the last 15 minutes. It was really, it seemed like it was really eye-opening. It seemed like it came directly to the conversations that we were having.
Yeah. And that's just our ego. We believe the world revolves around us. It's probably just critique that he's been here.
Everybody has the same sentiments with this brother. Saying? You know what I mean?
Not the 141, 41, the 145.
I got it at 145 in 1 second right now.
Okay, cool. Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah, I meant to delete that other number. Okay. So yeah, but this is a good one. I kind of want us to just watch this whole thing first before we so no pauses. I think we got about 3 minutes, but this is a good entire exchange, I think, to
Shout out to 𝔓𝔦𝔑.
Yeah, he actually goes on to mention that it's not set to the proper time, which many niggas with expensive watches do.
Think I should be good to pull this one up?
This is fine. This one's fine. Yep.
Bet.
But yeah, we're ready.
All right.
People that are influenced by you, and that's beautiful. You want to share the things that you kind of create with other people, and you hope that they have success with them. But at the same time, what makes you a trailblazer is by wanting to do something different than everybody else. So you just got to keep on doing different things, and that's the cool, fun motivation. How can you take it to the next level?
Yeah, because I pay attention to everything. I pay, even if I may not acknowledge everything, but I pay attention to a lot of things, and I constantly hear people reference Breakfast Club or reference Brilliant Idiots as, their template to a lot of things. And, I'd be like, yeah, but, you're doing like our old shit. And you're really not doing it to the highest level because there's a difference in talking about people. It's a difference between talking about people and talking to people. I think that's something people forget. Right?
Yeah.
You can go pull up interviews and conversations with me talking to people and telling them those things I would say when they weren't around.
Yeah, it's easy to talk about.
It's easy to set up a podcast in your basement or at your friend's house or wherever and like talk about people.
Yeah.
But the real conversations and real understanding happens when you talk to people.
Yeah.
But I've always said I'm a curious person, right? That's why, you know, even with the Shock Jock label, cool. But I'm a curious person.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So being that I'm a curious person, a lot of things that I say come through curiosity. I want to know why this person is like that, or why did they do this, or what made them say this, blah, blah, blah. So it might come with jokes and whatever else, but when I'm talking to that person, I'm going to say it to them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think that's why people never really had a problem coming to have those conversations with me, because they realize this dude ain't just slandering, performing, whatever. The people I have done that to haven't had conversations with me.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's
think about that.
That's on them,
The
yeah.
people I've actually, when I'm in performative mode and I'm just saying shit to say shit, those people haven't had conversations with me. But the curious ones, that I'm actually expressing curiosity, those people have come and sat down. So I would just say, I just feel like it's the difference between, you know, talking about people and talking to them. Everybody's talking about people now. That shit ain't impressive.
I would say this.
Actually, this is a good point to hit pause at. So how y'all feel about that part?
I got disgusted in like the middle of it because it was like, why is he so like feministy? Like this is a feminist ass response. Like it's talking about like he's like a white woman. You know what I mean? Like this is like Charlamagne.
But I understand his point.
I understand his point
because it's a bunch of people. It's easy. Like I low-key said it earlier. It's easy to just talk shit about people, and that's kind of what people got from what he did.
Right.
It was like you got to say salacious shit about people, but he was saying it's two people. That's a different thing. Like it's different when the nigga's sitting across from you with arms crossed. Like what?
But he was also talking to people in a way that like, hey, this is why you. I'm saying what I say about you.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And it just proves that the things that, well, that's another thing. When you're not on the other side of the microphone, people think shocking things are just shocking things to be shocking things.
Right.
Some people don't realize that, like, no, I asked you a real question. Yeah, it came out crazy, but I'm asking a real question, or I'm saying this wild thing because these thoughts, I've watched these things happen with this person. It's all methodical or it's all strategic, right?
Yeah.
I think the biggest thing, so it's like that he's trying to separate himself, which makes complete sense, is that when that person's in front of you, they're willing to have that conversation with you because, yeah, I said something shocking to get the view, but when I articulate it in our conversation, you can still hear where I'm coming from. But I think, I mean, that also is like, he's also in a different position where you can even interview these people.
And that's what I was about to say.
Yeah,
like, I understand his point, and he is valid. But you got to understand that you started off not talking to these niggas.
Exactly.
You got into the room with these niggas because of the things that you were saying about them.
Right.
So you can't hate on the niggas on the come up because they don't have all the resources that you do.
Right.
Like, nigga, we can't go to Joe Budden and be like, hey, I think you manipulate people. I would gladly do it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but also
I would tell Joe Budden he's the greatest Ring Around the Rosie artist of all time. And I would love to hear his rebuttal to it. But he's not here.
Exactly.
I got to get myself to that point to where I'm in the room with him. You got to work from somewhere.
Right, but I don't think that we just talk about people at all. I think we're talking to each other about people. So it's like we're talking to each other, and it seems like more of a conversation and really extrapolating things compared to just niggas salaciously talking about shit.
I'm about to say, let's take some accountability. Let's look, inward. What do we do?
Nigga, we start the podcast off every episode by telling them exactly what we do.
Yeah.
Which,
This is what's happening. We're talking about other people.
Well, that's the thing too. It's like,
but
I think we're having real conversations about podcast.
We're talking to each other about it.
Yeah, so it's like, just like we said last week, it's like we can go in for 10 minutes and literally be roasting Charlamagne, but at the end of the day, we also had the conversation where we know where he's at. He's already put 10, 15 years of saying wild shit on him. He's evolved. Of course, you don't want to be the nigga smelling seats at 45, 50 years old. It's like, we understand that too, but we're also gonna express our frustration of, this is that we missed the old you, just like everybody wants the old album back. Bring the old Jay-Z back. Listen to my old shit then. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
we do to the best of our capabilities.
Being objective,
Objective takes and fairness and taking things with a grain of salt. But when shit is foul, it's disgusting. And we're going to tell you how bad that shit smells.
Right, essentially, yeah. But I think this is less. I think this definitely. What happened?
I don't know what happened.
He's a hater.
No, he just stared at me.
I gave him the, you feel me? Look?
Yeah, but I gave him.
Yeah.
But once I gave him the like, yeah, I feel you. But he was like, nah, but do you feel me?
I was like, you don't feel me though, nigga.
Nigga's like, did you hear me?
I was like, it went over his head. It went over his head. He ain't
I'm
get
over
it.
here dropping bars, nigga.
Hell yeah,
I need
nigga.
my acknowledgement. Yeah.
Nigga, this shit is ESPN. We talk about the plays, and if you have 5 turnovers, nigga, you know, I don't care if you dropped 32 years ago.
Yeah, I feel like we're even more fair than ESPN because
For sure.
Yeah, but
Yeah, Skip has to not like LeBron.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? I don't have to not like none of you niggas.
That's
I
what
can
I'm
do a
saying.
complete 360 next week and
Exactly.
be like, Joe Budden might have been right this whole time.
Exactly.
I mean, look how
yeah.
much we've gone on Rory. Low key, we kind of gave that nigga props today.
Yo, no. Rory he's gotten it all on this podcast.
But he had, like I make sure, like as many jokes as I say, I'll always say at the end, like, you know, but nah, you know, like with all
You
due
do.
respect, like
I'm glad you do because I make an effort to not do it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because people will get the wrong interpretation. It's like,
I
bro,
want to leave it right there. You know what I'm saying? We'll pick it up if it needs to get picked.
you know, and you know, it's just jokes.
It's courtesy. Yeah,
You know, it's courtesy, you
Yeah,
feel
it's
me?
courtesy.
It's
It's manners. But
But nah, Charlamagne got too many manners. This nigga.
yeah, but it's like at the same time we get it. We get where he's at. You know what I'm saying? That's
Yeah.
just what it comes down to.
And I hope I never get to that point where, like, when everything is accomplished and I'm at that pinnacle of where I'm supposed to be at in the game, that I don't get jaded to that.
Yeah.
That I don't forget what it's like to be the young nigga on the come up. And I'm not gonna completely say that he's out of touch with the youth and the upcoming people in the game because he throws mad assists. That's literally what his whole thing is. He's a playmaker.
Yeah, go back. Yeah,
He tries to put other people on.
Which he
Oh,
does.
the clip said stop it at 14:7:30, so we was already there. That's why I moved forward.
And shout out to the Black Effect.
Okay.
Yeah, I was moving forward to the 48
Oh,
part.
gotcha. Okay.
You still want to move forward or stay back?
You can move forward. Yeah,
All
my
right.
bad.
You gotta respond to Pink.
One of the things that one of the things I don't feel like this part had nothing to do with us, honestly, just because we don't not in terms of like it has something to do with us.
Yeah.
But in terms of when he's saying y'all are just talking about people and you're not even doing it at its highest ability, I don't think there's literally like channels, there's YouTube channels that literally just talk about people.
Yeah.
Like, and I watch some of them, but it's like I'm not going over there because I'm invested in that person. I'm not invested in the voice box, the person giving us the video. I'm really there just to hear what the news is on Joe Budden
Somewhat.
or something like that. You know what I mean?
Especially with a chick smooth.
Yeah.
And he's good at giving just light commentary.
Right.
Like, hey guys, this is crazy.
Yeah.
But this is what happened. You
And
get
shout out to Danny from
Danny
the
the
Stop as
Stop,
well.
yeah.
Yeah, Danny from the Stop. I go to his page just to look at what he's talking about in terms of Joe Budden content, but I'm not dying to hear what Joey, because his just sounds more, I don't know, I like his channel, but I do wonder like what side of the fence he is on there, because it almost feels like this nigga hates them a little bit. I don't know. It almost
It's a little envious.
He's probably frustrated with talking about him.
I don't know, man. And it's so hard because, and I feel like they're gonna link us after this. Like, this is something people bring up his video. People bring his channel up in our comments a lot. So
Oh, really?
our viewers are back and forth, no questions asked. So I want to make sure I articulated correctly. Yeah, I wonder what his actual position is, or what his mission of YouTube is, because I like going there to get my Joe Budden updates, but then when he also has a Reddit that's literally like Joe Budden Reddit. It's not the Stop Reddit, and I thought that was weird because I was like, that's too much identity with Joe Budden for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is Danny from the Stop? What are you doing? You know what I'm saying? And I think one of his most recent videos, he tried to give us that, like, his take on sports, because it pissed me off. But I saw comments where people liked it, where he did a Joe Budden take for the first half, and then he started talking about the series at the end. And I was like,
I ended the video.
I
at that
did
point.
too. I was like, the fuck is this? You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, that's not for me though, because I don't go to you for sports. But there were people in the comments talking sports and nothing to do with Joe Budden. So I respect, maybe this is his branch out type of thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but I think that's more of what Charlamagne was talking about, just like people who literally just talk about people.
Yeah.
And there's
Literally.
and that's it. That's it.
The
There's
bottom barrel.
The bottom, yeah.
yeah.
And Danny's not at the bottom, just saying, just people that talk about people, yeah.
Y'all heard his takes on basketball recently?
Danny?
No, Charlamagne.
Oh, it's trash.
The beginning
It's
of this
They've
episode,
been going in on this nigga recently, and it's very warranted because this nigga just proceeds to say shit that just it doesn't make sense. It's baffling.
You remember I haven't heard it. What's the worst thing? Like
Steph Curry is better than LeBron
He had Steph Curry as number 2 of all time.
of all time.
That's not the case, man.
Yeah.
Before Kobe,
And I'm a Steph
that was
fan. I'm a
insane.
Steph fan, man.
I've just never. I love basketball, but I don't even know. I'm not crazy on basketball to where I know history.
And
But-
you know this.
But nigga, a top 2 without Kobe and Michael. What are we talking
at
about
least
at this point?
Oscar Robinson or somebody.
You know what I'm saying? It's just like that is just baffling to
There's
me.
a lot of other people, man.
I
Kareem,
can't.
like,
That's what. But I can't even wrap my mind around a top 3 with Steph in it. You know what I'm saying? And it's what the fuck.
Top 10, yes.
yeah, I
Top
could
10 for sure.
For
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, but top 5, we're really fighting at this point. Like, what are
Nigga,
we doing?
LeBron and Steph Curry trade places. This is a different story.
Back up. Yeah,
LeBron
yeah.
would look like Bill Russell. He had to double up rings on his fingers.
Oh, yeah.
Right,
If he
yeah.
had that same situation in them exact circumstances, nigga,
Yeah.
Crazy.
it's a wrap.
Yeah.
I think
true.
Charlamagne should back away from feeling like he knows everything now and start listening to the people who's built up as close to him. Like he should listen to Schultz more.
Think so?
Yeah, I think 'cause even then Schultz was trying to tell him certain things that everybody in the comments is like, my nigga, he's right.
That's
and it's
an-
like
yeah.
he I don't think he's allowed Schultz to like teach him as much as he teaches Schultz, and like I don't think he's ever allowed like it felt like
Their relationship
Almost-
is student and teacher.
Yeah.
And it's like maybe Schultz, maybe
It's
Charlamagne
teacher,
knows
teacher
like
now,
nigga,
though.
But
like
that's what I'm saying.
you still my student. What you trying to do?
but,
Yeah.
but it's like you should acknowledge that your student has gotten to a level where he can teach
Yeah.
you things.
Yeah.
That's
I see
all
what
I'm
you're
saying.
saying. No, I see what you're saying to where yeah, I see what you're I know what you're saying. Yeah, it doesn't seem like when Schultz does give him advice on things,
He's accepting it or taking it.
He's
Yeah.
a lot more apprehensive. Like at
way
least-
more. And it's like he won't even let him finish hearing it out.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
he's just quick to repeat his point.
Right.
And it's like, no. Hear what the nigga just said. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, and like, let me hear that you heard him.
And that's one of those
in your
things I'm
response.
afraid of too. It's like how like if you're getting everything right for so long, eventually you're gonna stop. You gonna be like, no, nigga, I always didn't listen to niggas and I made it here. Do not listening to niggas.
Yeah, right,
You know what I'm
right.
saying? So it's like hard to switch that back.
You in
But
that
see-
habit. And it's interesting because Charlamagne does now what they accuse or what Andrew was doing too much of back in the day, where they're debating and it doesn't really get anywhere because
Oh,
they're
yeah,
essentially
yeah,
saying
yeah,
the same
yeah.
thing in different ways.
Yeah, that's right.
That's been happening a lot with Charlamagne
That
recently.
has, yeah.
Oh, we should have the exorcism of Charlamagne God.
It's almost- it's-
is
it's-
it bad enough to warrant the exorcism? Because we don't want it to just
getting
be
there.
clickbaity. You
It's
feel
Yeah,
me?
getting
not yet. I
We
mean,
might have to let it ride for
I
two
remember
more
before
episodes.
Schultz got his, we were on almost 2 months straight where
Yeah,
it was just
yeah.
like
It was longer than that.
it might have been longer than that where niggas was like, what is happening, Schultz?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you are killing my listening experience. Like, it's like, but it's so funny how Schultz has just like, how he's turned it, like how he's really evolved and shit. But one thing that's I do find funny with Charlamagne that he used to talk about and brag about is how his circle around him is younger to keep him young and tapped
Right,
in.
right.
And now when we're talking about him getting advice from Schultz, it seems like he don't really care what he even has to say.
Nigga, he's too old to give advice.
And he's too, it's almost like you used to keep people around you that would keep you on your toes. And then now the people around you are trying to keep you on your toes. And you're like, no, but nigga, this is how it is. You know, it's like, hold up now. I remember you bragging. That was a flex back in the day. You know?
Right.
Okay, so on what level of advice though? Is this advice like
I don't think there's anything there's nothing structurally,
like of course we're not talking
I
about
think it would just-
APR percentages.
right.
Like,
I think it would just be
fucking-
straight content quality, I would say.
Content advice and all that.
Content, like integrity, not even integrity.
Quality
content.
control.
Quality control. I
Okay.
think that's the most advice that a peer can give him now. Because it's
Yeah.
like, sure, knock out your show, close that deal, blah, blah, blah. But it's like, if Andrew was like, if he gave you a day where he went to the writer's room and looked over every joke that they plan on running and just read the script for your show tomorrow, ask him, how does he think that script is? You know what I'm saying? Something like
Yeah.
that. It would be just quality where he's like, oh, hell no, like this is weak. And like when you say these lines, make sure you hit him with that. You know,
Yeah.
like make sure you emphasize this part. You know,
Yeah.
it'd be little things like that. Like they're not having this is how you need to structure your business conversations. I'm sure they're just at that point they're just homies at that point helping each other
Yeah.
out. Like,
Right.
nigga, I struck a deal over here that was this structure. holla at the next time you re-up for one, make sure you put this clause in because it was easier for me to get this clause approved than I thought it would be.
Exactly.
Make sure you improve that because it's only going to help you at the end of the day. You know, they're having those conversations. But I think content-wise, almost an exorcism is coming up.
Yeah, and I saw a real hot take on Reddit that was saying that the podcast is gonna die in this new studio. Like there's no
feeling.
There's no upgrade after this. Like it's on the
at
wind
the
down. It's LeBron James in year 37.
The only hope is the exorcism of Charlamagne the Radiohead. That's it.
Or if they pull one of those books and open up a different door.
Right. I don't know.
It's a hot take, and like
it's hot. It's hot.
That's a hot
and it's so
Yeah, it's
easy
hot.
to be like, nigga, this shit is gonna go bad because
It is. It's so easy, but it's like now I'm
little hiccups make you seem right, even though they might not be that extreme.
exactly
Yeah,
because
yeah,
it's just
yeah, that's
like
true.
I remember like one of the conversations I had with like when I was buying my home. It's like and it's just conversations and things that I've said to like Lauren before, and I'm like that's when I realized like when I bought a home, being homeless is a choice most of the time.
Yeah.
Like it's hard for me to genuinely go fucking broke. Like genuinely go broke. I have a house that's gaining equity. Even if I lost I could lose it all. I could be out of work probably for the next year or two. And the way the banking systems and assets work, still survive. You know what I'm saying? Like before I'm genuinely homeless, you know?
Right.
So it's like it's them tanking, you know, it's like it's just like that, you know?
They'd have to really give it up.
I mean, you have to burn it down purposefully
because they've
for
built
it
up
to go
so
down.
much. They have so much equity in it already.
It's damn near impossible, and it would really like, especially if we're talking just like content quality wise. I mean, they would have to be shitty for like 5 to 7 years.
Yeah.
But I don't even know if we can even say that because
I don't think they have 5 to 7 years to be shitty.
yes, they do because you gotta remember, think about that H3 podcast. That nigga sucks, bruh. And
He's been going for a long time.
He's been going for a long. He's
still getting
10
numbers.
years in.
People
Part of
still watch
his-
train wrecks.
I was about to say,
Yes.
part
A lot of
his-
people would go to watch somebody set themselves on fire.
Yeah,
He's a square, like his market is like completely different. He's a
It
white
is.
square
It
dude.
is. Yeah, that's true.
His wife be choosing on different men. You know what I mean? It's a lot of different things going on.
Is that supposed to be he?
Oh, I don't know.
H3?
Possibly.
Nah, I think it's H3.
Okay. That would make sense though. But the jokes are trash. But apparently his content used to be good. I only know like bloated, terrible, in a bad mood Ethan. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but
yeah.
like apparently his content used to be like Ethan's
Nigga
cool.
said bloated.
Even when you said he right now, I just couldn't even believe that you could have been talking about laughter. I thought you were saying pronouns like he. You know what I'm saying? Like, I thought-
Oh, yeah, because he going in.
That'd have been early, yeah.
He dives into that fucking realm of shit.
He got it on
Yeah.
the game.
The
way before.
LGBTs.
You're right. But this is the next part of the same clip. So yeah, hold on. Honestly, I can't remember what this part is, so we're just gonna click it.
Yeah, fucking introduction.
All right, let me make sure everything unmuted. All right, we good.
Like we've seen like the whole totality of a Dave.
Yeah.
Or the whole totality of a Howard Stern.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, or even these young NBA players, they've seen the whole totality of a Bron. So it's like, why not look at the best version of that person? Don't get me wrong, we all gotta go through whatever we gotta go through, but why if you've seen somebody for 15 years, 20 years, whatever it is, why get the worst
You look at the
parts of them?
I think you look at the parts that serve what you need in that moment. So it's like sometimes that is the best. Like there's a kid out there who's like, fuck, I didn't even know that I could be dealing with mental health issues. And I read this guy's book and like really helped me understand myself. And it's really helped me. That's probably what you would argue is one of the best parts of you.
That's the best. To me, that's the best version. Yeah,
to
yeah,
you.
yeah,
But
yeah,
there's
yeah.
another young kid that loves busting balls.
that
and
loves sniffing those seats.
Real talk, and he doesn't know that he has anxiety about keeping things in, so he just has to get things out. And he sees somebody else do it and get rewarded for it, and it's hilarious. And is like, and all of a sudden starts going, "Oh shit, I'm not a weirdo. There are other successful people that are like me. I got my North Star for right now." And then maybe he will 20 years later, like you, get to a point in his career where he's like, "Oh shit, I gotta work on some of these things. There's a reason why I was so compulsive."
No, they won't.
Only you could do that.
No,
This is shit I hate about this.
No, I'm telling y'all young stupid motherfuckers. No, listen. I'm telling all you young stupid motherfuckers watching this right now. if you do what I was doing 12 years ago,
You out of here.
not going. You are not. They're not letting y'all make those kind of mistakes no more. You're gonna be stuck on YouTube. Owning your YouTube page.
Yo, God bless YouTube. YouTube is the GOAT.
Word
That's
is
where we
bond.
want to be.
Word is bond.
Nothing wrong with YouTube.
Nothing wrong with YouTube, but it ain't. You know, if you want to do more, you're limiting yourself.
So that question about retiring, you said that the main thing you look forward to now is like the executive role, putting people on and watching the next
last
ones
part
come
we'll
up.
listen to.
So I'm curious, why do you still do what you're doing now, like the media side?
I love it. I still got to drive for it, and I feel like everybody's doing the same thing. So it's like, yo, let me. The way y'all studied, whatever first, however many. I've been doing radio 25 years. That first half of what y'all studied, let me show y'all what it looks like when a person grows and evolves, especially in fucking hip hop. I said this on Vlad TV the other day. It's like, yo, we put ourselves in these boxes. And you know, I watch it from learning, I learn it from watching rappers. You got the rapper who came in the game, talking that gangster shit, talking that hood shit, talking that thug shit. Never stop doing that. Eventually, they hit that glass ceiling. You look up and you think you can go farther, but you hit that glass ceiling. But then there's Jay-Z, who constantly grows and evolves with every album. You know, he does an album, he's talking about therapy, fatherhood, you know, trying to be a good man to his wife. Nas, rapping about brunch on fucking Sundays, making some of the best music of his career. You know what I mean? On top of all of the great business investments and everything that he makes now. Like, he's been a part of $2 billion acquisitions.
So I think I figured it out.
What's up?
He truly just doesn't believe in the new content space in comparison to the radio space or what he's done. He doesn't believe that. He thinks he is still evolving, but his evolution needs to turn into doing this type of shit.
So pretty much, yeah, and you're saying that mainly because of his YouTube comment, right?
Yeah, I'm saying that because of that.
You'll own that YouTube. Like,
right.
He said he said it like a diss.
And Schultz right after that defended YouTube. There's nothing wrong with YouTube. It was like a obvious.
It's a dichotomy.
That's what the divide is.
You could see it. And then right after that, it made me think, after he was talking about the Jay-Z stuff and the evolution, he doesn't think these are the evolutionary steps.
Oh, so what the next version of content is.
Charlamagne's old as fuck. Like, back when he was young. Who's that old black dude, that radio guy?
Petey Green.
Petey Green was the guy he looked up to. So radio was the pinnacle.
Right.
But Petey Green is a legend.
But you know. But that's what he was looking up to. There was no YouTube. There was no like outer source. And you can make a lot more money on YouTube than you can with some of these companies, depending on the deal.
That's what he's not saying. That what he's saying is that YouTube has a money ceiling, and if you really want to grow, I would say, like spiritual, like actually, like as a person and in money, it's going to him. It's teaming up with these corporations and going to the moon with a Target, a mental health company, a book, you know, like.
That's why that Jay-Z comparison he made was so pointed, because it's like you can tell that he's essentially, I'm not gonna say he's modeling his game after Jay-Z, but you know, Jay-Z came into the game 100 grand strong, to now he's doing deals with these different corporations. He's trying to go to that $1 billion status. You know, you got to shed some of them skills that you had back in the day.
He definitely.
Well, that's a good one, because you know he was selling drugs.
He definitely wants to be.
But I stepped on him when you explained it. Like, you can't explain it. I hate when niggas do that. I'm becoming what I hate.
He definitely should be. He should definitely be on the Mount Rushmore, you know, of black people. Charlamagne, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, black people.
Yeah, black people. Why not? Charlamagne. You don't think so?
No, that was crazy.
Charlamagne.
That's insane.
That was crazy.
Charlamagne.
No wonder this nigga didn't like the African American music imitation.
What you mean?
No, that was
He
crazy.
thinks this is a top 4 nigga of all time.
Come on, man. He's Charlamagne.
Maybe the Mount Rushmore, South Carolina.
Is he
niggas.
before or after Malcolm X, in your opinion?
We have to be way more specific. It has to be radio broadcast. It has to
South
be,
Carolina radio niggas.
It has
whatever.
to be media. It could not be black people.
It's got to be black bald broadcasters.
Right.
He's top 4
doubling
niggas.
down. Yep, I'm doubling down. He is. Look, He's Charlamagne.
He is.
That's his name. That's
Like, I
exactly
wonder,
what his name is, but that
what can I
doesn't warrant
compare
him
it
being
to?
top 4 niggas.
Oh my God.
He is
I
Charlamagne.
think, look, and I
that
think
was
we're gonna
way
really
hotter than anything that Reddit got
Look,
to say.
We're on fire right now.
in a decade, in the next decade,
Yeah.
we're really gonna see, you know, how this, you know, plans out. Like he might
Before the Honorable Louis Mr. Farrakhan?
he might hit a 50 cent gold mine like vitamin water. He might
Before
just find
50
his
Cent?
company. Well, I'm saying like he might hit the same gold mine.
I see what you're saying. Okay.
50 Cent did, you know, some vitamin health, some vitamin mental
Right.
health. Even LeBron got the mental health app. Like,
So do you
it's
think
any
that
different.
you think we're watching him navigate him looking for his championship in corporate?
Yeah, he's looking for.
I think so.
Because it's like, but 50 showed us that his early with vitamin water. 50 got a championship in music and corporate. And then he got another championship in TV.
Everybody wants
With,
some
yeah.
rings.
Yeah.
Like whether it's liquor, whether it's clothes, whether it's mental health apps.
How many Infinity Stones does Charlamagne have right now then?
About 3.
What in terms of what? What are the Stones like?
Radio.
Podcasting,
Oh,
radio.
well, in terms of dominance, because you can't just give him TV because he's been on TV.
Right,
You
right.
got to get him TV if he was the MVP of it.
Right.
That's
so
why I said about 3.
radio.
Radio,
I don't know if he was ever a dominant force in podcasting though.
yes,
was,
bro,
he
the
was.
brilliant. We
He
talking
was,
about
bro.
the brilliant.
Yeah,
right
there
It
now.
was, but it's like they never talked about it the same way they talk about Joe Rogan and but maybe that's just because they didn't.
Well,
you see-
That's
You
a
know,
different space. Those are
it
white
was at the
people.
top at one
Or
point.
Joe Budden.
But you got to see like
It was at the top at one point, bro.
Okay, I'm gonna be real. As much as we love Brilliant Idiots and we talk about it and stuff, I just never saw them like hit headlines like a Joe Budden podcast would.
That's because things have shifted and now podcasts are hitting headlines more. But there was a
And-
point where them niggas was like really up there.
Joe Budden was on Angel Dust. Like the things.
You
I
a
mean,
Joe Venture.
Look, I'm serious. I'm serious. The things he was saying back then,
It was so crazy.
It was crazy for even back then.
True,
Like Brilliant
true.
Idiots. Nah, for Joe.
Both
Yeah.
of them.
Brilliant Idiots, you know, they was kind of just, you know, chopping shit, talking, telling stories with wax.
And
like,
that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, like even just the basis, the type of show that it is, it wouldn't even warrant. I don't know, man. It's just like when I know a lot of people who started podcasts, and a lot of them don't say the Brilliant Idiots made them want to start a podcast like it does for us. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying.
But
I could find 1,000,001 people who said they listen to Joe Budden or Joe Rogan and know
Right,
that. You
right,
know what I'm saying?
right.
Like,
And you know, I would love to hear what their podcast sounds like.
Cool.
If that's, you know, whoever, you know,
Oh,
the
yeah, yeah.
influences, your Joe
oh
Rogan,
yeah, that's true.
the Joe Budden.
But back to this nigga.
Infinity Stones. He got the book Infinity Stones.
Oh, that's right. He does have the
Getting it.
book.
That's what I'm
Charlamagne,
saying.
look,
That's why I said
how
about
many
3.
do
About
you
3.
need to be one of the top
And
5
this-
niggas of all time?
And this is what he means by if you niggas want to do more than just YouTube. Because, like, he said it disrespectfully. I'm not going to
did.
lie.
That's what, yeah,
But
yeah.
I think in his heart, he really means that, like, yo, it's more things to do beyond, in terms of being a personality,
Than being a
beyond just talking on the screen.
But
like,
yeah.
nigga, it's booking prints, nigga. It's speaking and gigs that you can do.
But he didn't say that. He didn't say
He's
it.
not
He didn't say
saying
that
because-
or say it like that.
Because he's defending himself. This
Right.
is
True,
this
true.
is a little. This is some defensive energy, just a little
It
bit.
is
Right,
a little
right,
Exactly
yeah.
what it
energy.
is. And
Because-
he's been getting into a lot more of that defensive bag
He is
recently.
because he's
Yeah.
also, especially it's probably because he just lost the show, but also
Yeah.
because he's just overlooking the fact that niggas who use the YouTube in that way, it's not like we trying to stick here only, nigga. We trying to do exactly what you're
Yeah.
talking about.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But we're using this as a
He's
this is where people
pigeonholing
are.
all the YouTuber, but
Right.
it is just kind of crazy. But that's because of the defensive energy. It is just insane in general that he even took that energy sitting next to Andrew Schultz, who
Pioneered.
who couldn't get an opportunity.
Right, and did so much with this.
who
Yeah.
became an equal to Charlamagne through YouTube.
Exactly.
And doing it, yeah.
Nigga, I
Exactly.
used this to propel me to your status, and now we could talk like we right across from each other.
Which was so it was a little crazy that energy, he even had that energy, but like going back to your point of he was being defensive, so I know he doesn't mean it like that either.
He's protecting himself.
But he's like, yeah, y'all been niggas been talking a lot of shit about me too.
And you know, he deserves it. You know, he deserves to be pretentious. He's
Right.
reached a level that, you know, most black men in this country don't get to reach, I guess. But
Yeah, right,
Charlamagne.
yeah. But yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah.
But I would like to quote our Jesus, Joe Budden. Because with the show getting canceled last episode, we didn't really touch on it too much about, like, you know, the whole writer strike being a real big part of that.
Oh,
He
yeah.
wasn't the only show that got canceled. Granted, his show wasn't excellent enough to where it was uncancelable regardless of what's going
Right,
on with
right,
the economy.
right.
Because I best believe the Daily Show was still popping and running.
Right.
But
Barely.
to quote Joe Budden, it's like, when you're not doing it on your own, things like this can happen to you.
Right.
And I feel like Charlamagne the God, I feel like his personality and his style of TV to whatever he really truly wants to do is gonna live better on a YouTube channel
Absolutely.
than it would on Comedy Central.
Right.
Like, nigga,
Yeah.
just put your own shit up and just do it yourself.
Yeah, and
'Cause
just
you
go
can
through the
e-
growing pains, bro. Like,
You can even tell he doesn't really appreciate YouTube like that based
don't,
off his
bro.
own YouTube channel. He'll
don't.
post like an interview every 6 months, and it's always like a real niche thing.
No, that's true.
It's always somebody he really wants to talk to, like Judy fucking Bloom. Like, I'm gonna sit down and watch that episode because
saw
you
it.
know I guarantee you there's jewelry in it. But
I saw it. No, it was good. I saw it.
it was good. Like
I saw it.
I
It was
believe
good.
it was good. He's interviewing one of
'cause
his heroes.
Yeah, especially if you know Charlamagne and you're a fan, you know
Judy Bloom is one of his heroes, nigga.
Yeah,
like,
so, yeah, it was a good interview, and it
that's
was
where
like,
he gets his mannerisms.
And she was keeping it 100. Like, she was like a real ass old white lady from the South that remembers racism. Like, she was keeping it 100. Like,
She remembers it very well.
Yeah, they had a great conversation, bro. It was like, damn.
Straight up told that nigga it was
Yeah,
a time
like-
period I could whistle at you and you wouldn't be here no more.
Yeah, because when I was watching it, and she was like, I didn't realize how racist the school was, and I go back to like the 30th reunion, and I'm like, yeah, I remember how racist y'all were. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was like, oh shit, Judy Bloom a real bitch. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
like, so yeah. But it is just weird that he is taking this energy of he's just I'm gonna chalk it up to him being offensive.
But I mean, if you spend 25 years to be in these rooms with these corporate people, with these companies, and you know now all of a sudden you don't even need it. It's like,
Yeah,
you know, it's
Well, it's
I
like
don't know.
he's just playing such a safe game now. You know what I mean? Like, it's such a safe game, and he's even telling us the real win. Oh, let's go back to the point that he said when he said, and I'm glad Andrew defended that. People appreciate you for certain parts of you and certain areas of you. So the first 15 years, yeah, those people that enjoyed you sniffing chairs when ladies left, that might be the part that they needed because that you resonated with them.
That's what they saw in themselves.
That's what they saw into them. But it's like this new you of safe adult, raising daughters, corporate money, political, no hot takes. It's like, I think pretty much what he's realizing is that caters to majority of people. Because I would say sniffing a seat is still niche, and writing a book about mental health is mainstream as hell. Like, I can sell 1 million books compared to 20,000 books.
Yeah, like it's like he wants everybody to forget about
That part of him.
And you know, Patrice had a great point, and Andrew was actually under Patrice. He was like, people are gonna love you for what they love you for.
Right.
Like, you can't get mad because somebody loves you for something that, you know, you might have not been
ashamed of.
righteous when you was
Yeah,
doing it.
right.
But it's like, hey, they love you for it. Like, it's you live and you learn.
But I'm
makes
gonna
sense.
give y'all niggas some pushback because I don't think that he's doing this on purpose. I feel like this is truly how he is now,
Okay.
for better or
yeah.
for worse.
Oh, well,
this is not a facade. He's actually
no,
this
no, no.
PC now.
yeah,
Oh,
it's
no,
not a
yeah.
facade.
It's like he went to therapy and they just zapped it out of him.
No. Oh, is that how it was coming off? That like we were just
Because when you were saying that he could sell 1 million books versus
Okay.
10,000 books by doing it this way,
Oh, I see what you're saying.
it kind of it
But
alludes.
But that's why he is PC.
It
That's how
alludes
he
to it
becomes
being a
PC because
gimmick.
he's saving. He's like,
yeah. I think money will make a nigga PC.
yeah, that's
Gimmick-
making him PC. It's like, I got too much to lose and I want to keep this and I want to, you know what I'm saying? So I become PC on purpose.
And
Yeah.
gimmick might be the perfect word
Comes
for
who
it.
he
Like,
is.
because he is conscious that he's doing. This is Charlamagne we're talking about.
Yeah.
Like, Charlamagne's no dummy. He's being very conscious of being PC.
Right.
When he goes on these shows, he hears, whoa, that's too masculine.
But you're saying even if that's what he's doing, you're saying his genuine natural thought is PC.
Like, he genuinely is like,
wakes
yo,
up
that's too
PC.
masculine.
He wakes up
Yeah, I see
PC.
what you're
Period.
saying.
Like,
Yeah.
even if I say it this way because I know I'll sell more books, I feel this in my soul.
Yeah.
The PC-ness.
And you
That
know,
really might be him.
you
I mean,
can-
he might have got saved at church or something. We don't know. You know what I'm saying?
It's
Like,
Look,
it's
man.
the toes in the grass behind the tree, hugging the trees in the morning.
Yeah, he was humping
If
that
you-
buck.
oh my God, I forgot it. I hated
what it
that.
is.
I hated that moment of Charlamagne. the whole
The Yogi Charla.
the Yogi Charlotte when he would talk about being barefoot in the grass and hugging the trees. I always used to be like, what the fuck, my nigga? Like, God, I can take the mental health over that shit. That shit used to drive me crazy.
You can't get behind no barefoot strolls in the grass, nigga.
not every episode. I mean, he was giving
every episode.
He was
Okay,
giving
I was about to say.
it. You know, this every so often it's like whatever. But you know, Charlamagne is a doubler and tripler downer. You know what I'm saying? If you hear it one time and you watch all his content, you're gonna hear it 45 times. So. It's like, goddamn, here you go talk about trees again, goddamn it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and being barefoot and Anguilla.
That's probably how that tree be feeling. Oh, this nigga
Feeling the
coming
soil
again.
in his toes.
Yeah, bro, you're here again. Bro, please give me a break, bro.
Yeah.
Like, damn.
This nigga marking his territory.
Nigga hugging wood.
But yeah, I don't know what the closing thought would be on this.
Oh yeah, because we gotta talk to him. You feel me?
Yeah.
So Charlamagne.
Yeah, just Charlamagne personally.
Look, I don't got no problem with you. I do want to know. I do want to talk to him. I do want to talk to him in private. Like, look, like let's be honest. Like, how much money? Like,
How much money
like
does
what
it
was
cost to
what,
go
like,
PC?
what was
No.
the number that made you go, oh yeah, this no more sniffer seats?
How many of your
Right, yeah,
interns
that's a
would
good
you
question.
really want to run the train with wax with?
It's a
That's the
couple.
real
It's a
question.
lot of different questions.
And why did that money come with the caveat that says you can still do gay shit?
Because
Yeah, for
gay
real.
is the new black.
Yeah,
But this is
And it's acceptable now.
we gotta Charlamagne, call us, please.
yeah. Call in, call in. You got my number.
Yeah, manifestation.
Yeah, you know.
But nah,
But
man.
one of my favorite parts about this new version of Charlamagne that I will say, and he's been consistent in it. I love how he has no problem throwing assists. That's always
Yes.
been my.
Yeah.
That's always been, and this was even in the sniffer seats era. It's just so consistent. There's so many people that I would not have no idea about
If it
at
wasn't for him.
all if it wasn't for him putting them in position. And I've seen their careers blossom and grow.
Yep.
Andrew Schultz probably being his biggest student out of everybody.
Protege.
So many other
Out
people,
of-
bro.
Yeah, and then that's just, I mean,
There's a lot.
This nigga's tree, like he likes to say, you know, my tree has a lot of free fruit and branches, you know, shit like that. So
That is very admirable.
I love that about
Yeah, I
him.
fuck with
I
it.
love that, and I've always wanted to do that as well too. Just like, you know, help people if you can, and it seems like he's been consistent in doing that in every level of his career. It's just we don't have the first 15 years of his career.
Bro,
Energy no more.
I don't want to say he's the LeBron James of this shit, but it's kind of like LeBron. Like, the later into your career, the shit that we really love, you
Yeah.
dunking on three niggas and you jumping from the three-point line.
Yeah.
You older now. You're not as athletic. So your game is going to have to be more refined. You're going to have a real, true understanding and better IQ to really keep playing.
That is a good thing. I'm glad you said that too, because that is one of the things. It's like when what's the nigga's name? The nigga with the black dude.
Alex, medium?
Alex was asking like, why do you still do it? He's like, because he still has fun. But you're 100% right. When you're older, and that's one of the things you said, but you're not doing, is it elevating your content. Yeah, your content, message-wise, can get PC as it wants to, but your execution needs to evolve as well too.
Yeah.
Like you can. There's his execution has not evolved. I would say it's like
He did the classic bait and switch. Like, you came in being funny, outrageous. You should still do that.
Yeah.
With also while telling your message,
by
because
having
that's
a pure message.
like, nigga, you came in like this. Like, how you gonna-
His execution isn't too bad, though. Because
No,
every
no.
now and then he'll give you some shit where it's like, all right, he's the guy.
No,
for a
that's
reason.
true. That's
Yeah.
true.
Like,
that's
he
true.
can string together a ball really
It's
quick.
not. It's not. But before he was always on point. It was. Now it's like we're waiting for the gems. Like
Which is another thing where if you playing, we keep using these goddamn basketball analogies, but
So
if you
easy.
hooping and you throwing assists and playmaking,
yeah,
there's less points for you to score. So you're not gonna be
True.
dropping 30 every night like you might have would have back in the day.
Yeah.
So you might get on this camera and you got like 11 points, but 15 assists and 13 rebounds.
true. Okay.
But in
There's
his
less
ga- but I
shots
don't-
for you to take.
I don't know. In his game, he can make assists and still like it's like it's like he's making assists in Europe. It's like he playing summer ball when he making assists.
His
Like, you know what I'm saying? And
his
then he still
assists-
has a space to where he's in the league where he can just go crazy. He can still drop 50 in the league.
We don't know what it's like to run a whole podcast network.
That's facts.
Well, I mean, this nigga do.
But I mean, like on that scale,
and especially
but
to that
it's not even
scale.
just that. It's with the rest of all the other things.
Like, I
Yeah.
wonder how much throughout his day he spends worrying about his takes versus worrying about the infrastructure for other people to get their takes.
And making sure other people are doing their
You get what I'm
things.
saying? Like,
That's
he
a
might
fact.
be so worried about getting this set up for this nigga to say something here.
That's a fact.
Getting this show to where it's like, it's the end of the day, and he's like, oh, how do I feel about this shit?
You know,
Let me try to write this down real quick.
That probably plays into his PCness, actually, because he don't have the capacity to even really go crazy on it.
He's giving you his first
He's
thought. He don't
stretching
got
himself.
hours
Yeah.
in time to give you his second and third thoughts to where you get to the real nitty gritty.
But if that's like your first thought is you like, you know, go with your gut feeling. So his gut feelings on PC.
Not necessarily all the
necess-
time.
Yeah, in terms of like executing on the mic, I would say my first thought
It's not always
it's
the best.
normally the rawest, but it's not refined. It's just raw.
Right.
But normally when I have time to think about it, like anytime I've thought about something for the last couple of days, like we have a topic that I'm gonna go in on that we're gonna cover probably next that I've refined, I've thought about for the last 3 days.
Yeah, it's like
So
working
like-
out your material. Anytime you spend more time thinking about something
It comes out
deeply,
cleaner.
you're gonna see more as opposed to just
That's
the
a fact.
first glance.
That's a fact. That's a
You
fact.
have to. You gotta let that shit marinate a little bit.
Yeah,
You might feel differently.
It don't. It never.
Nigga.
It's rare. There's only a few people that I think have the gift of the first time it comes out, it sounds like it was refined. And like Dave Chappelle is one of those niggas. Like I
That
think
nigga.
he could like freestyle, and it'll sound like he thought about it for 17 months.
But I also think
And
that's
why
lived,
is that?
that's lived experience.
Why is
True.
that? Because he spent so many years practicing refining
Yeah.
shit that it's
True.
easier to refine things faster.
Yeah.
They been doing like
25. I mean,
That's
he's
true.
been in radio for 25.
they've been
but
like this
they've
is-
been doing this for like 10
This
plus.
is
so.
Charlamagne we're talking about. He's no square to the game. He knows what he feels.
Yeah.
His gut is PC now. It's a lot of PC biome in his gut system.
Yeah. He got a lot
Drink
of
some kombucha.
But then put it this way, even now for you, there's shit that we'll have to talk about that is like, I don't really give a fuck about this. But you still have the energy and the stamina for it because we still young in the game. Imagine being 40-something plus and you got to talk about some shit that they would have asked you when you was 22. Like, you don't have the energy to like be goof. Like, he can still achieve that, but he might not have the care anymore.
Right.
He's not having young nigga thoughts. He don't give a fuck about how this bitch's ass is fatter than this other bitch.
Right.
And what's some jokes that can string along to make this entertaining.
That's why you got to keep that child in you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But let's move over to the next one. Next topic, though. We can move over to the next topic, which is we'll talk about the one that I've been thinking about for the last couple of days. Joe Budden.
Don't expose yourself because they're gonna be like, nigga, this is refined.
That is true. That is true.
You might
now
want to pause and do a little more refining real quick.
And of course, it'd be the Joe topic, you Joe Venger.
Right, right.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so Queen's Flip posted that he quit on Twitter. Is that confirmed?
No, he didn't. He didn't. He was just playing.
Okay.
It was
That sounds like a joke.
Yeah, it was a moment to go viral. He was trying to do some viral shit.
This is a nigga that
It was
does
COE.
online pranks.
Content over everything. That's what it was.
Okay, perfect. And y'all walking right into my thoughts. So, so with this content thing over everything, Joe is essentially rebuilding a network again right now. You know, he tried it one time, he failed. He didn't fail. He learned a lot because when you watch his like Joe Budden interviews with academics, he talks about how there's certain things he would have done when he was making his network the first time that he would not do now. Right? Long story short, growing pains. Queen's Flip is probably the first real piece to his newly built network. And this is something in this whole content over everything, doing things and saying things to go viral, like I quit, having contract issues or disputes over the mic, over Patreon episodes and things of that nature. Is Joe Budden dipping into, I think Joe Budden, what I think and what I believe is he's dipping into his love and hip hop TVS thing and Adam22 No Jumper. And what my overall point is that I wanted to ask y'all is, do you think for a podcast network to be to thrive and prosper and have multiple shows and multiple personalities, there has to be a reality TV or a reality element between it?
Nope.
No.
Look at what Charlamagne the God is doing with Black Effect. And there's those podcasts, like, you know that they're on the same label, but they don't feel connected necessarily all the time.
That's completely different, though. I'm talking about a content house. So the Black Effect Network is different because 85 South shows in Atlanta. These are all people who had independent things cracking already that came under a large iHeart umbrella.
Yeah.
We're talking about you have a content hub. this studio, No Jumper, the Joe Budden Network. You have a location where all the personalities go to, make content, different shows. Sometimes the show intertwines, the hosts go back and forth between. But is there a way of having a content hub without the reality aspect of it to be successful?
And the reality aspect meaning like showing the behind the scenes of it all amongst what's going on?
Nope, I'm talking about the drama.
The drama.
I'm talking about the drama.
So drama. That's what I was trying to get at.
I'm talking about the drama. So,
malarkey.
The malarkey.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Queen's Flip talking about, I quit.
Yeah.
It goes viral. Danny from the Stop is making a video. Chigs is making a video. We're talking about it. We're asking questions. Did this nigga really quit? Because we know now we're diving deep into the last couple episodes. Joe was kind of yelling at him like, "Why haven't you signed a contract yet? Why haven't you signed they're having contract issues over the air." Adam22 did it the longest I think that we've seen. He maintained the longest where he had a 2-year run of just toxic work environment, but I watched 3 shows a week on that network, and it was like watching Big Brother almost, or it was the Real World. Is that required for a podcast network to survive?
That might be what's required for a podcast network to survive when the pundits themselves aren't just interesting enough just talking about other shit.
Right. Yeah.
You think so?
Like this, you can
just talking about things.
Not just one thing works. Yeah. That's why you can pull anything you want from
Barstool got drama too. Barstool, I don't follow it, but I heard Barstool has their own reality-esque thing and issues and beef between the shows.
I mean, I don't think you have to, but Joe, he's a businessman, not a businessman, or he's a business, so. I don't know.
Yeah, you don't have to, as long as, like you said, the other shows have entertainment value on their own.
Okay, but this is what I'm saying. That we are all saying you don't have to, but we can't name an example where it has worked and it hasn't done that.
Oh, Joe.
What are you talking about?
Joe Rogan.
Mm-hmm. He doesn't have a network. Joe Rogan is Joe Rogan.
Is it potentially because nobody's actually tried it for real?
Possibly. The ones that we have seen, it's just, that's what happens normally. Outside of you finding value in the show, they also get roped into their world's drama.
You think it's just bad business that's turning into drama, and then
I don't know if it's bad business or I think it's human nature. When you put a bunch of niggas that are different in one room, there's no way to not have drama. And as a good network owner or executive, do you try to put fires out all the time, or do you try to monetize the fires?
So y'all heard of this story, right? So Vince McMahon, the greatest businessman, like one of the
no questions asked. Yeah.
So Matt Hardy's girl cheated on him with Edge, and they went through a whole dispute for like a year and a half before Vince sat him down and was like, "Look, it's time. I got the script. So you're gonna come out, Edge, you're gonna come out with his girl. Woody whoop. Y'all feel good about this? Yeah, that's great.
Yeah,
He's basically like squash it. It's been a year and a half.
Wrestling's a good example. Yeah.
There's so many intricate stories.
Who's that one lady that does she does all the reality shows?
Mona Scott.
Mona Scott, like that.
But Joe Budden is a Mona Scott. He's a product of one of the products. He's one of the highest paid people from Love and Hip Hop. He understands how to monetize. They homies. Him and Mona Scott, that's my dog. You know what I'm saying? When she called me, I know it's a mill on the line. Yeah. You know what I mean? They got that type of energy. So Joe, like anybody, he understands that content. I think Adam does, but does not at the same time. You know what I'm saying? I think Adam knows how to move the pieces and create the drama, but he doesn't know how to control the drama.
Adam is too real.
Yeah, well, I think, and on top of that, the pieces that he likes to use. So like Mona Scott has mastered bringing the drama together, growing the drama, and monetizing the drama. Joe Budden, I think, learned a lot from that. And I think he was able to look at Adam and his situation and commend how he's monetized the drama, but also he's able to see all the flaws on why things will blow up at some point.
Right. It's like there's a limit to that.
There's a limit. There's always a limit.
It's like the ceiling that Charlamagne was talking about.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, you can there's a bunch of different fuel sources, but fossil fuels tend to be bad for the fucking environment, even though they work.
Right.
There's a billion different ways to do something.
True.
You could be like Nikola Tesla and just build pyramids and, you know, try to harness frequencies and vibrations.
Right.
But that's a lot harder.
Yeah.
But it's like we really don't have that many examples of podcast networks to begin with. You know what I'm saying?
You get what I'm saying?
The ones that we do have,
Yeah.
I think the ones, especially in the last 2 years, they're all looking. I think Adam was looking. I think Joe Budden looked at what Adam did, and he's starting to cultivate that with Queen's Flip. They're covering it as content over everything, but I think Joe Budden's reality TV brain is kicking on.
Yeah, I think he's Flip has helped him with that, and he's using that to help boost Flip's show.
Yeah,
because they're able to discuss all that additional drama and break the fourth wall and talk about all that there.
Anytime you're able to
kind of boost that.
Anytime you're able to take something that's happened on one show and talk about it on another, that's when you start creating.
Especially when there's already enough.
You got leftovers.
Yeah.
When you start, eat for days.
That's when you start creating that world, because then you get into a situation where something happens on the 3-0, y'all talk about it, but then maybe one person didn't like how y'all said something on there, so we respond to it again, and then that's how you get that. That's how it happens. You know what I'm saying?
You cut the product. You know what I'm saying?
You
You feel me?
start buzzing and diving.
Step on it a little bit. Oopsies. You feel me? It happens. You feel
So
me?
yeah, but I think
yeah.
I'm just looking at it like, and I'm like, it's easy for us to say 100% this could happen without any in-house drama, or not even in-house drama, or not monetizing it, or y'all kind of understand what I'm saying.
Like handling it within compared to
There's definitely, but there's something that I'm just like thinking about, and I'm like, it just made me think maybe I do need to like watch some reality TV just to see. And I've seen, and I've had good examples as well too. I'm just thinking about how people operate amongst each other, how to keep those incidents from never coming up, you know, and if they do come up, have them constructively take place and go away. You know what I mean? To where it's not always compounding. Because I think that was Adam's issue. It was always compounding.
Yeah, and it just kept growing.
It was just kept growing.
Next.
It was never. Joe, I think Joe has learned, and we'll watch over the next summer and over the next year. I think we'll start seeing some WWE-ness. I think there's some, in terms of going back to your Vince McMahon thing, I think with podcasting, there's a certain level of WWE-ness that people are stepping into.
That Joe Budden is stepping in. Because that was the problem with No Jumper, is that his beef was real, and he was just literally monetizing the beef that was around him.
Right, yeah.
Joe Budden, this whole Queen's Flip, they're more
actually wrestling.
They're more well-mannered.
Yes.
You know?
It's more strategic, and it's not.
Yeah,
I can do something, and I know it's going along with our original storyline. You know what I mean?
It's a calculated conflict is a lot more controlable.
Yeah, exactly. Calculated conflict. Yep. Yeah. So
at that point, they're just doing bits.
Yeah, and
which is cool.
And which is cool. Which is something that's interesting to see, I think. And I don't watch full episodes of Joe Budden, but I do look at moments of Mel, and I hear how people talk about Melissa Ford and how they kind of gang up on her. I can easily see her spinning that off into, I don't know if she'll ever have her own show. I don't know if she's even trying to. I have no idea, long story short. But what I'm saying is just kind of her opinions being the punching bag. I can see Joe looking at that and turning that into something, and that having that branch off.
Oh, that's the role she plays on there. She's the Taylor.
Kinda, yeah.
She's the one to say
based off
some,
what I've seen.
She's the Max Kellerman. She's gonna say some dumb shit, and then we just dunk all over.
Yeah, they do jump on her sometimes for sure. They do.
That's what I've seen on Reddit, and I've seen it in person, but I don't watch every episode either. So it's like I can't say how consistent it is, but like they be on her goddamn head top.
They do be on her head
like,
top.
Hey, but she's a soldier though.
She is.
She's a
Like,
soldier.
as soon as she say something, nigga, they be like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" Like,
is it warranted? She says dumb shit.
Sometimes
I don't know if it's always
it is.
warranted because I don't want. Every so often it is. Though.
But they do a good job of cutting you off before you get to like
the point.
Before you get to like the point. Joe was amazing at that.
Yeah.
They do a great job of like cutting you off before you start making too much sense to where they have to like allow it.
If I could go shadow Joe Budden at work, I would just take out my notepad and learn so much shit.
Bro, there's so many people I want to shout out: Joe Budden, Candace Owens, Charlamagne the Guy, Schultz. Like, there's so many people. Not really Joe Rogan.
Kevin Hart, because that nigga be buzzing his ass.
For sure.
Like, I want to see what it really looks like to work 24 hours in the day.
Nigga, order me a pack of 5 hours right now. If we're going to Kevin. What the fuck? Like,
Joey
I might need an IV at the end of his shit. The way it sound like his name.
Cut with Adderall.
Yeah, bro.
That's Joey Diaz, the fucking comedian. He was talking about that. He was like, "What does it take to be you?" Like, you know, is it easy to be you? Is it hard to be you? You just wait. Some people just wake up at 12, p.m. That's easy as fuck to be them. You feel me?
Yeah, true.
Like you waking up at 6. You feel me? You drinking your smoothie. You be fucking hydrated.
You working out twice before you even do the thing. Like,
it takes a lot to be some people.
Yeah, it does.
Shout out to Kevin Hart. He always works.
And people like The Rock too. The Rock has one of those crazy ass schedules like that too. Oh, but the craziest, the GOAT of like, I think The Rock. I wonder what Kevin Hart's schedule looks like compared to Ryan Seacrest.
Ryan Seacrest is one of the most hardest working white men of all time.
Yeah, that's another one too that I would love to. That nigga don't stop.
It ain't shit. He ain't hosting.
It ain't shit. He ain't hosting.
He's moved on to that. Okay.
No. He was the one that he produced. He produced the Kardashian show for like the last 15 years. That this nigga has been touched into everything. He low key is one of the puppet masters.
Can we look up his net worth?
It's out of control. It's hundreds of millions. It has to be hundreds.
Control.
It has to be hundreds of millions.
It's so.
I'm going 350.
It's so crazy that it's probably a lie. It's probably a lot more.
I'm going 350.
Is that Ryan Seacrest, right?
Yep.
About 450.
450 M's.
Yeah, and that's always low.
He probably got another 100 somewhere in India.
Another 3
in Bangladesh.
Another 300 million somewhere else.
Me?
Yeah, I knew it. I knew it couldn't have been 75 million.
Salary 75 mil.
Shit, he probably got 30 million with a fucking Dominican bitch in the Republic right now.
Just hiding in a fucking shack with a tin roof. Like following him for a day.
Yeah.
Him and Kevin. Yeah, those niggas are some issues right there. Yeah. But what was I saying? Okay, so yeah.
I also want to see what Will Smith does in the day. Not to learn nothing, just to see what the fuck happened to this nigga.
His day is really interesting. I think his day is just a lot of demon fighting, and I don't want to. I don't want to hang out with him. Because,
free hugging.
Yeah, I don't want to hang out with him because it's a lot of demon fighting, and it's like his demons are whooping ass. Like mine are fun still. His demons ain't fun. You know
like your demons are trying to get you to do drugs and party.
Fuck with some bitches.
He's getting domestically abused by his demons.
Yeah, his demons. I don't want no parts of his demons. Like I would now, like Will Smith during like get jiggy with it and shit before like it was really like when he was still making like when Jaden was still a baby, it was probably lit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, back when Jaden had braids, everything was all right until Jaden cut them braids off.
The funny thing, I think he's better now than he was back then.
Like a year or two ago?
Like back then. Like I think he was way worse in the Hancock days. I think that's when he was really going through it.
Oh, but before we even really knew what was going on.
Before we knew what was going on.
That's true. It was probably way worse.
Everything bubbles under the surface.
Yeah,
before.
that's true. It was probably worse before the whole Chris Rock slap.
Man, he was probably
terrible.
Nigga, that was the pinnacle.
You know, allegedly.
He might depress me. I might just leave by before lunch even comes. I'm gonna be like, hey, look, my nigga, you got it.
You might be heating up a spoon and his life's so stressful. It's stressing you.
Bro. Yeah. I don't think I want to hang out with him for a full day.
Feel like you just ran 10 miles trying to make him feel worthy for once.
Right, yeah. I'll do 4 hours with Will Smith, and I think that's enough, and I'll decide whether I want to go continue from there. Because his demons do not look fun to be around.
His demons.
And if anything involves Jada, I don't even want to be in the same room as her. I feel like I can feel that spirit. Yeah. You know, I don't even want to be in the same room as her.
I feel like she can make me fuck her against my will.
Right,
because she knows some sort of spell.
Right.
She's just going to throw a sigil on my head, and I'm just going to be under her control.
Nigga, she going to pluck one of your loose strands, nigga. You're going to be attached to her.
I say that to say, y'all help me flush my idea out. But I think that podcast is gonna. I think if podcasts take a WWE approach for networks and done correctly, could be something that's really great for the podcast space, possibly. You know what I'm saying? WWE, they're not really trying to kill each other outside of the fucking script, you know?
But the WWE, like,
it's a little extreme.
I'm pretty sure every reality TV show took inspiration. Like when they was writing the script, seeing how they act, like, cause it's a show.
Yeah,
you feel me? It's a show. Like,
but yeah, I do wonder if that's what it's gonna come into because
that's
you also
got the new landscape.
If that's gonna be the new landscape, because you got to think about. Because I'm also thinking about companies that have gone bankrupt, like Vice, and they did not have that element.
But
they were producing shows on TV. All different, but we never saw, and they might have been they're kind of in the same house, you know, but like we didn't see their shows coming. The Vice didn't have a world, like you know what I'm saying, like based off what I know.
He's talking about like you never saw the 𝔂𝚘𝚃, the drug dude, link up with like, you know,
exactly
the
Action
dude
Bronson.
that be in Africa.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I don't
see
fighting
them,
wars and shit.
I don't see them sharing shows.
There was
you know?
no connectivity. You
There
want
was
to
no
see them cross over.
But
Yeah, because what I'm thinking is new media. Like Vice was a new media company. See if you could look up Vice going bankrupt, or Vice going bankrupt. You'll definitely get an article. But then like maybe in another tab, do media companies that went bankrupt, because there's more than just Vice. But I'm thinking about how to avoid going bankrupt as a media company, because unless you're able to, there is a ceiling in terms. Now this is the Charlamagne ceiling I do agree with. I think there is a ceiling in terms of YouTube. I can't buy a studio with 400 acres off YouTube money.
It depends on who you are, because you are not Mr. Beast.
That's true. That is very true. You know what I'm saying? But Mr. Beast,
It's possible.
It's possible, but it's a lot harder.
Top 1%.
Top 1%. You know what I'm saying?
Top
And
0.01%.
And Mr. Beast is the only one that we know that could do it. You know, like 50 Cent went from stars to he went to Encore first, then to stars, and then now he's got his big space. You know what I'm saying? And that's the evolution that Charlamagne is also talking about, where it's like when you might need to get that. That's that connection you need to have that leverage to where bankruptcy is the last thing y'all think about now.
Yeah, because
You don't think it just has to be really good content?
bro, you see, that's the thing. Like, that's why I was. It doesn't have to be one thing.
It doesn't have to be one thing.
It has to be captivating.
But-
And that's what Vice was doing back then. You know, I was watching
Captivating.
what was his name? The Naked Warrior. I think that was his name, the Naked Warrior.
Yeah, I know
He
you're
used
talking
to
about that.
run in the battles, butt naked,
Right.
balls hanging,
Yeah.
pow, pow, pow. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? That's what he and it was good. It was great content.
But I do understand what you were saying, though, because it does just take great content. But to your point, that intimacy can create great content.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
at the end of the day, we on the internet. Like, nigga, I can listen to 3 niggas in Africa talk right now if I really wanted to.
And what would live forever?
The only thing that's really going to draw me is having some type of intimacy through this distance.
And
if I can really feel connected to you, even though you all the way over there, it still feels like we have a personal thing going on.
It's the same social media connection thing where like artists have to switch to showing their lives. Continue though.
But
go ahead.
nah.
And on top of that, there's some people that it's opening up a new market. There are people who follow No Jumper and didn't watch a fucking show. They only watched the responses from the shows about the other shows and the collaborations. You know what I'm saying? There's some people who are only invested on the real world side.
Yeah, some people literally go to them for the news on Instagram because they posted when this nigga died or when this rapper said something about her or
And that-
misgendering should be illegal and she went
And what do
viral on
we-
TikTok for saying it.
And what do we know has worked for years on TV? Reality TV has always worked.
I mean, I've turned into the No Jumper viewer who goes there for the reality aspect.
Exactly. Yeah, you're not going there for the No Jumper show.
Yeah.
The shows that they actually had.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
It's probably best to just hit all areas of media. Like I see Disney right there. You mind just typing in Disney newspaper? I want to see what pops up.
Is that a real thing or you making
I
shit
just
up?
want to see like
Disney has their own police force, so there's definitely gonna be.
you have to hit all aspects. Media, meaning audio, visual, what the
I guess.
nigga, this is what I'm
WDN
saying.
News Today.
You
something
have
like
to hit all aspects.
Yeah, that's true.
You feel me? It
You
can't
gotta
just
have
be
a
one
print.
thing.
You gotta have audible. You gotta have video.
But
And
back
maybe-
to the Vice though.
And maybe because podcasting is so new, we just haven't seen. We're watching everybody's first rollout plan go into effect.
We're learning as we go.
Yeah.
And
It's a
Vice
new
going
industry.
bankrupt it's very like weird.
Yeah, like,
Because
why?
their biggest content is the most intimate when the dude was doing drugs in Thailand with a toad. Like that's very intimate.
It was, yeah.
Like just because they're not crossing worlds with other people that work with the company,
I can't remember
doesn't
why
mean
I
it's
said
not
they went.
intimate.
And we also don't know what was giving Vice their biggest bag. A lot of the shit we see is just loss leading.
No, that's true.
It's
That's
just
true.
covering up for what's really going on.
No, that is true as well too, because it's like there's certain shows that keep platforms afloat. Like Netflix gave Adam Sandler like a 10-movie deal because the amount of viewership and subscriptions that his name brings in alone will keep them afloat for this amount of years. A lot of those shows, those originals, a lot they're taking losses on a lot of them.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
most of them.
Most of them, yeah.
Yeah.
There's like just like at a record label. You know, that's why that's why getting shelved is a thing because if you're not the one paying the bills in this building, we're not thinking about you as much. So
it don't fucking matter.
But this is and that's why I'm thinking this is a way of what if we took all the shelved artists and made a reality TV show out of them?
But you see, the problem with living by reality TV is that you're going to die by reality TV. As we're seeing right now with Adam22. Unless it's beef, then we're not engaging. And we don't.
But Mona Scott's still going.
Yeah, but she's still going, but not all them shows. All those people.
The real world is still going.
And Mona Scott
the
is
orchestrator's still going.
Big Brother is on season 400.
Mona Scott is in a different position, though, because it's.
I'm talking about reality TV, period. I'm not talking about just hip hop reality. I'm talking about reality TV, period. Amazing Race is still. Right, but those Survivor still comes on TV.
Right, but those aren't like those entities are like themselves without the cast that's there. You know what I'm saying? Like they're not.
I'm just stressing how much reality does work.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying?
Survivor.
It's just a lot.
I mean, that might be like a low frequency point, though. You know,
it's a lot easier to make it work on TV though, because on with podcasting, like you gotta. Well, I mean, it's essentially the same thing. You gotta get personalities interested enough to do it.
But that could be your window into the TV. So my shows go crazy on YouTube, right? But then I signed a Netflix reality TV show deal where my shows still come out on YouTube, but we do seasons on Netflix and. Each season, just like the Kardashian show. The Kardashians are dropping makeup products. Those are their individual shows, but they have the Kardashian show where even though the news is 6 months late, we still get that moment that we all remember in real time on their TV show.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying?
It's like their life becomes a gimmick. It's just like a...
Yeah.
And they're real good at letting it ferment.
And let's talk about, there's also people in hip hop who have done really successful ethical reality TV. T.I. and Tiny is one of them.
Jermaine Dupri.
Well, no, that whole kid show, the rapping show.
Yeah.
The rap game was cool.
They said it, but they said like on the back end it was a little shady. They said it was kind of shady on the back end.
It was.
Yeah.
Mulatto says
it was. Mulatto and Bow Wow said it was shady.
Reality.
You know what I'm saying? Music business
That's what
shady.
you want, right?
T.I. and Tiny, Run's House. Who else had a reality TV show?
All the famous family ones, like
all the famous family ones. But T.I., that nigga's show has been on TV for like fucking 7-8 years.
That still comes on?
I think so. Yes.
Because I used to watch it when it first came on. Like, you know, you were a kid, your mom got it on TV.
And there was like 1 or 2 spinoffs from that show. And that's ethical. We never looked at them like reality TV jokes.
Yeah, we just watched this light-skinned family go through their hip-hop world.
That's it. So there's an ethical way of doing it. You know what I'm saying? To where it runs house, we never look at that crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that show was fire.
Yeah, nah.
So
that was an amazing show.
Is that just is reality TV really just catering to people who just don't have anything else going on in their lives?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know about nothing going on in their life, but some people.
Well, I want to say that, but I just mean like
fucking love reality.
I mean, like
you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I mean, like in general, like you were saying, most times the reality people, the people who are like all invested to all the reality shows, typically, like you're saying, like that style is like the lower, like.
Yeah,
it's low frequency content, but at the end of the day, drama is amazing. It's great entertainment. And the fact, and you trying to get away from your own personal drama. Because for most niggas, it's hard to laugh at what they're going through. But if I can see this nigga cheating on his bitch and they can't get that shit together, it kind of makes you feel a little bit better about what you're going through. Because at least I'm not that.
Right. And exactly, that's exactly what I'm saying, where it's like, it really is just a business play.
It's a...
Yeah.
From the top, you know what I'm saying? Like it's just a business play where it's like this is gonna attack the masses because so many people are gonna be able to get away from their own problems.
And it's not like that right now. I'm just saying, I would not be surprised if this is a blueprint that podcast networks and media hubs usher in the next 5 years. That's pretty much what I'm saying.
Well, you know what? If we think about it, TV has transitioned. So this is another side of TV that will end up transitioning into content.
Yeah. So yeah. I just think it's a lane that we might be watching Joe Budden test out in front of us.
Joe, yeah.
We saw Adam22 rise it, run it, crash and burn it. But he did have a 2-year run, not taking that away at all.
Yeah.
Because it was up. When it was up, it was stuck, you know? But when it came down, God damn it came down fast. But we might be able to watch Joe Budden step into this next, and if he develops this content over everything, this reality TV-esque season thing, just Ball in the Family, another great show.
Yeah,
I loved that shit.
Loved it.
That was I would go on Facebook to watch that. That was the only reason I was on Facebook watching that shit, nigga.
And that's another company that Facebook might buy your show. You know who else has a show, reality TV show? Bad Baby apparently is on like season 4 or 5 of a reality TV show that only comes on Snapchat.
Snapchat has their own category of just of content.
Yeah.
That is serialized for real.
Yeah, it's like, and she's on like, she's had dumb seasons over there. Like,
bro, it's actually amazing what Snapchat was able to do. They gave you TV for your phone, literally.
Yeah, they
It's
did.
cut up in bite sizes because they even got one for this.
and they have a shit ton of commercials. Holy shit.
Yeah, nah.
Like, they have a lot. They're getting a lot of
They're
money.
not stingy.
And they can get away with it because it don't feel. It's not too much to get through it. You just tap on Snapchat.
It's just like they get away with murder in terms of the amount of commercial placements. They're getting away with murder on Snapchat, like
crazy.
Which why getting a Snapchat show is like need that,
Right.
like need
You know the
that
bag is
for
coming in.
show.
Yeah.
Because they take podcasts. That's No Jumper did that. Adam hooked AD up with that. Community Clips is on there, and it's like, yeah, I need that connect for sure. Like, yeah, for sure. Like,
You see any other platforms trying to pivot that way? Like Instagram doesn't have. I know they got like an IGTV.
You remember they tried that.
tried that, it failed.
But it ain't gonna work for them.
Yeah, it didn't work at all. Yeah, they tried, it died, and then they just up the amount of time that you can upload a video.
Yeah.
You know you can upload like an hour-long podcast to your Instagram, which is so crazy.
We've done that before.
For real?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just never done it.
It was an Instagram live, but we were doing the podcast live on Instagram, and then we just put it on our feed.
Gotcha, yeah. But I'm talking about we can take one from the computer and straight drag it over there now.
Nigga, I saw half of John Wick on Twitter
Yeah.
because somebody posted on Twitter 4K.
Yep.
And I was like, that's when I was like, oh, the clear version is out. Let me go to my website.
Right. Don't say it. Don't say it.
Watch it officially.
As a matter of fact, I need that.
Yeah,
I need that before you go.
After this, we gotta talk.
Okay.
You can say that shit on here, right?
No,
Nope, you can't.
You might give them an infection.
Yeah.
Go get his podcast herpes.
Yeah.
But let's get to the next. That was just like a random thought. Had y'all thinking though, right?
Yeah,
It's pretty good one, right? You know? We'll see.
Shout out Joe Budden.
Oh, my fault. Yeah, 1 second. All right, go ahead.
All right, where should we go next? Is there anywhere that y'all want to go next? I don't know where to go next.
I forgot what it all was on this list. You know, we here, we talking.
Oh, Steven Jackson's checking in with Gillie the Kid in Philly.
Yeah, I put that there, but just in case y'all give a fuck. Me personally,
I don't.
I don't really care.
I just think it's weird old niggas checking in like, y'all not spitting shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't know if he really did. People just going at him, trolling him.
Yeah, I don't think he officially checked in anywhere.
okay, but he did that before though.
Yeah, at O-Block, in O-Block.
In O-Block, that's what it was. Yeah.
But it's just the way that he framed it. He was like, he said one thing specifically. He was like, it feels good to be connected to all the real niggas across the globe.
Yeah, that's what he said in his comment.
That's
But wait,
what,
that's why people was
that was
going in on him.
debate.
Yeah.
That's what made niggas go in on him.
Wait,
Gotcha.
imagine, like, we haven't started touring yet, right? But,
Yeah.
once we go to these, different states, like, shouldn't you, like, you supposed to be connected.
I'm trying to tap in on the content level. I'm gonna be real. Depending on where I'm at and who I'm connecting with, I don't want to get too friendly in y'all neighborhoods. That's me though. Like,
Of course,
you know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Like,
I ain't
depending
trying
on
to be rolling with the 60s.
yeah,
nigga.
fuck all that shit. You know what I'm saying,
yeah.
nigga? I'm here to get a check and go home. I'm staying downtown at the W,
Yeah,
nigga.
yeah,
What the
yeah,
fuck?
yeah.
I don't want to.
I don't want to play any sides, my nigga,
Good.
and I'm here for what we came here for.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So like,
I don't even want
Because
to
I'm
feel.
gonna end up giving all y'all something anyway.
yeah,
I'm talking about all y'all niggas.
Yeah, bro.
I don't even
Like,
want to be in a situation where I'm safe with this nigga because it's like, that's real finicky right
Right,
there.
right.
I'm only safe because you're here. Well, what happens when you leave?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, where's my ride, nigga? Nah,
Yes.
fuck that.
So there is a certain thing, and it's like, the odds of me being outside on somebody's block,
Yeah, I'm good.
that's another thing
That's
too.
a big caveat. Steph, he's always on a block.
Yeah,
he's
exactly.
not like in a corporate
You're not- yeah.
establishment
Why aren't you there? Why aren't you at $1 million worth of game room?
Right.
Like, Why aren't you
closet.
He,
Yeah, right.
I think that he was saying that
Pantry.
he was going to do all the smoke. Cabinet, nigga. Pantry a little big.
Yeah. pantry is a little.
It's one of them window cabinets that you open up from behind the sink.
Yeah.
That shit ain't in the kitchen. You ain't getting, you ain't holding nothing in
Yeah,
there.
he's always also. Go ahead, though.
But I think he was because he was talking shit. He was like him and Matt Barnes about to go overseas to do all the smoke, and he had like a 16-hour layover in Philly. So he was
Okay.
like, you know, and I guess at the end of the day, it's some cool shit that happened. He just didn't talk about it cool.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I'm a podcast nigga. I'm popping in this shit. I got a 16-hour layover over here because I'm about to go overseas.
That makes sense.
I have a passport to podcast. So I'm going to go talk to my other successful ass podcast nigga. We're going to chop it up and smoke real quick right before I go
Yeah.
somewhere.
You know how
He
dope
was
that
just
must
corny
feel.
about it. You get what I'm saying?
But what did he say though? Can you say it? It
Oh,
feels
yeah,
so good
'cause
to be
what-
connected to all the
'Cause
real
it was an
niggas around the
Instagram. It was
world.
an Instagram post, right?
I believe it was so.
It's so good to be connected to all the real niggas around the world.
That is
it was an
pretty
Instagram post, and that's definitely what he said. one of the real ones. That's definitely what he said.
I think that was a direct quote. So shout out to my memory.
To be connected to all the real niggas around the world. Man, it's hella convenient.
To be connected to all the real niggas around the world.
Right? Yeah, bro.
And convenience is amazing. You feel me? It's wonderful.
Stack 5.
He's connected to all
Yeah, I
the
got it right here.
All right, yeah, let's hear this shit.
Headed to Croatia for at all the smoke. Had a layover in Philly. Feels good to be connected to all the real across the globe. Me and wifey appreciate the brunch and the 2 whales. Smoke emoji. Right on time for this 16-hour flight. Love for my life.
Look his age up.
Love for life, my boy. With a 4, not FOR. Love for life, my boy. At Gillie the Kid. At $1 million worth of game. And I think he tagged his wife.
You see,
right.
Nah,
Wait,
this
wait,
is
hold up,
Sunset
hold up.
Sports
There's a 45-year-old man speaking like this. That just needs to be in context.
but wait. This makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
45, what era was that? Come on, you know what I'm saying.
And what do you expect is gonna happen to you when you go from playing Grand Theft Auto to my career in real life?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nigga, like you a nigga. You a nigga's nigga. You
Yeah.
did everything a nigga could possibly do.
What
That's
did he
a
do?
terrible Google picture. Sorry.
Yeah, nah, he look wild, but you know.
They did him dirty. Maybe he did himself dirty.
I also don't care if he looks handsome though. You
God,
know.
getting an Asian symbol on your neck was so in the 90s, man.
It was.
2 of my cousins got that
Yeah,
shit.
can we hold on, zoom in on that. Are you sure that's Asian?
Yeah, for sure.
That might be
well,
Chirac.
Asian is very vague.
It is. It could say shrimp fried rice.
That
For all
could
we
be
know.
Korean, Japanese, Taiwanese,
yeah.
Cantonese.
Nigga, this is a high
Cambodian.
definition fucking photo.
He got.
That's Chinese.
That's Chinese.
Wait,
that one.
is that hieroglyphic?
Don't listen to him like he knows what Chinese
why you,
is.
That is talking like
Hey,
you
y'all
know
believe
exactly
it?
what that shit is.
I'm glad you noticed that.
Talking like you
Yo,
know
all of a
exactly what
sudden
it
he's an
is.
expert.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm about to show. I'll put it up.
Nigga, I think that might be Cantonese.
Yeah, they can see
though.
it. They can see it.
Cantonese. Nigga, shut up.
Okay, at least, hey, what Asian languages do you know?
I'm none of them, and I'm proudly saying that. I would never
compared
lie
to
about
you,
it.
Compared to
to
the-
pinpointing.
I'm giving options
We
for the
got a
people to
brilliant
comment
idiot
down
right here.
below.
That shit might say shrimp fried rice, man. Who knows?
That's the only thing about it. It's like I can't. The only
it look
language.
like a Nike symbol down there.
yeah,
It's a tic-tac-toe box.
Yeah.
Nigga, that's probably real nigga in Taiwanese.
I'm not.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
that'd be amazing if it says real nigga.
on the block.
real one.
Smoking two L's.
He's a global goon.
Chill out. Might just say check in.
Passport goon.
Yeah.
Hey,
let's-
shout out to Stephen.
I'm not
Jackson, man.
tatting anything in a different language unless I've already known that language.
Unless my girl speak that language and she can proofread
Yeah,
it 3 times.
I need somebody trusting that, is actually going to go in there and do it correctly.
You feel me?
I mean, there's only so much we can say.
I
What's
might put it down on
something-
paper first.
What's something?
Read that for me.
What's something black that Asian people would get tattooed?
Basketball.
Picture of Kobe.
Wu-Tang symbol.
Wu-Tang for sure.
Yeah, Wu-Tang symbols forever.
Why'd I say basketball like that? That's
I seen a
that ain't black. That's a sport.
Basketball.
yeah, I believe I saw an Asian girl with like a Lauryn Hill picture on her
Wow.
So yeah, man, yeah. It's
Some
a bunch
hip-hop.
of different cross references through cultures, man. We all love
Yeah.
each other.
You know,
Primarily some
intimacy and
hip-hop,
connectivity is always going to be beautiful.
You know, it breeds higher consciousness.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sensational, it's
Milk-
serendipitous.
Milk never showed up. They updated the picture.
Oh
nah.
shit.
Took
Word.
him out. Yeah,
Took him out.
took him out. That's crazy.
Cut him out the thumbnail.
Fucking flaker.
Yeah, you sound upset.
I
Goddamn
was.
Yeah.
I was.
Laker.
I wanted to hear him outsmart Smack. I'm not gonna lie.
No,
it doesn't
man.
take much. It's pretty easy. But
Smack, yeah, his name is
Just-
Smack.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
yeah. This last. I mean, I only have one more. I only have one more thing.
Let's get into it.
𝔓𝔬𝔦𝔑 and 𝔓𝔬𝔦𝔑, I think it's 𝔓𝔬𝔦𝔑, go camping with Teonna Trump.
Yo, shout out to their new show.
Oh, is that what it is?
Bro, they're like our age.
They're going crazy.
And well,
they going
Kai
down.
is like our age. This nigga, iShowSpeed is like 17.
Yeah.
They have a show. I haven't
that's
watched it, but from what I've seen, a lot of kids enjoy it. Hey,
Yeah.
what can you do?
They just dropped a record too that went crazy.
Yo, that's like 𝙿𝙾𝚃𝚃 and Kevin Hart for toddlers.
Yeah.
Like, cause there's a certain demographic in the age of people who think that Dwayne The Rock Johnson and Kevin Hart together is like blockbuster.
Yeah, no,
Like, I
that's-
gotta go
yeah,
see that. Like
that
them
is
niggas
true.
together, the big funny dude and the little funny dude.
Yo, that's true because that's not the connection that does it for me. But if Duke and Kai are together,
Then I'm there.
that's the duo I'm there for.
Bro, it's
Yeah,
just,
Duke and Kai for sure.
it's a match made in heaven. It's like I don't know, man. It's just like two influential people from the same world just linking up. It's just a beautiful thing.
And their
But it's
commercial was crazy.
Bro, did you
Yeah.
see it? Can
The
we watch? Yeah,
commercial,
we might
the
have to.
commercial
Yeah,
for
we might
this
have to
show was
watch it.
crazy.
I haven't seen it.
That's all.
But speaking of match made in heaven, I think him and I think Kai be saying "I love you" to Teonna Trump at night. I ain't gonna lie, because I've seen her in a lot of content.
Yeah.
I've seen her in a lot of content, and she loves Kai.
Man,
She probably does.
It's
They
a
have a
love group.
real like we boyfriend and girlfriend, but we're not thing energy. Like
They like Andrew Schultz and Whitney Cummings.
and to have
yeah.
Nah,
Oh,
probably
no.
not. That's
No,
not
not
good.
like
but
that.
more love,
Because
more love.
theirs is
Way
a little
more
more
love.
tough, like rugged.
Yeah,
than
yeah. They have like genuine
This
love.
is genuine
Like,
sweetness.
And
they're sweet to each other.
and
yeah.
and oh my, it's just a beautiful like thing because she's a hoe. And
Unless
it
it's
just works
wrestling.
perfectly.
That's why
Unless this is just wrestling, because you got to understand, this is a porn star. She's used to doing intro scenes.
But you know what else also makes me like? We talked about braces before, and Teonna Trump got braces right now, and it's got that same thing. Is this music or this a commercial?
Nigga, that was an investment
It's
for
their
a career.
commercial. It's their
Okay,
commercial.
but
Brothers
it's
commercial
got
is
that thing where she just seems so innocent, even though I know she's a whore. You know what I'm saying? She seems so innocent because she has braces on right now.
She knows how to harness that feminine energy.
She does. She does.
Her
You know,
kundalini's
most
intact.
most hoes do though.
Yeah, yeah.
But
It's their job. It's a part of the requirement.
yeah, the
That's
good
like
ones.
being an articulate podcaster. Duh,
Yeah.
nigga, you got to be able to speak.
Yeah, facts. All right, yeah, let's check this out because I haven't seen this.
yeah, this shit is kind of
Is
crazy.
this a minute and 18 seconds?
Yeah, it's pretty short. I can't tell what the show's about, but it's a good commercial.
I've been thinking, since you been, let's start our own show. Nah, man, I'm getting out. Professional football player. Professional footballer? Man United. Striker. Bro, get off Ronaldo's dick. You IShowSpeed from Ohio. The only thing that you striking is Messi hitting your mom. All right, so we starting a show. What the fuck we doing? Wait, that nigga. I'm trying to fucking stop it. I don't know what the fuck is going on. Oh my God. Come on, bro. Catch up.
Oh my god.
Get that nigga. Oh, yeah. Mbappe, yeah. God fucking damn it, bro. I wasn't fucking ready.
Yo, this is Jim.
Bro, anybody gonna watch this? Yeah, you right. You born as fuck anyways, bro. Bro, you from Ohio. And bitch, you from the Bronx. Bro, fuck you. What the fuck?
This is a trailer for.
Only on Rumble?
That's fire.
Yeah,
That's
they
fire.
have a crazy bag coming from Rumble, bro.
That's
I
fire.
know they do.
That's
And
fire.
it feels like
How is this happening?
Like this trailer.
It's hard.
Rumble
like,
really
hard,
makes that
bro.
much money?
they're going to,
Yeah,
bro.
I know,
They're going
I
to,
know.
bro.
We didn't even bring Rumble up in terms of when we were having that last conversation, but yeah, I don't know
think-
where the fuck Rumble got.
Well, you
What
know-
the fuck is happening?
you know how
This
business
feels
works.
like Bitcoin, where like niggas
like
just
the new
thing.
telling
It's
you
like the
that
new thing,
it's
bro.
worth $1,000 billion, but you
Yeah.
just don't really feel it.
Nah,
Yeah.
I mean, it's like you know how companies and money work. Like if they're in the green, then they're good. They can dish out as much money as they want as long as they.
But that was a great commercial because it leaves them open to do anything.
Yeah.
Bro, these
It's
niggas are. This is gonna work and this is gonna be beautiful.
Yeah, it
this
really is.
This gives me like
Eric DeAndre.
This gives me a Cartoon Network meets Adult Swim vibes, bro.
yeah,
Because you
facts.
remember there was a era of Cartoon Network where they had a bunch of shows like Dude Perfect, Hole in the Wall.
Odd Future's the last one. It was Odd Future show.
It was a reality-esque, but it was funny. Little Lower the Squad, little like this is like.
If you've seen
Aqua Teen,
Lower
all
the
Mm-hmm.
them
Squad, Aqua Team, the Eric Andre show, this is literally what this is. It's just a
Right.
bunch.
It has
of-
like it has like
yeah.
it gives me a little bit of like a younger black Jackass show too.
That's what I was about to say.
Me
This,
too,
this is
yeah.
like Bad Boys, Will Smith, Martin Lawrence, and Jackass, some
Viva la
type of
Bam.
merge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're already streamers, so the fact that, and they've already been doing,
And-
at least AMP has already done content like this, where it's like you pick a theme, you do the show. So like, if this was officially episode 1, the whole camping with Teonna Trump, it's like this is an easy transition for them.
And nigga, this is live.
That's
like,
what-
all
that's
of
why
this
it's
is
live.
live.
That's what I
Yeah.
want to figure out. What do they mean?
This like meaning
Are they really doing it live?
They mean
Meaning-
their regular scheduled streaming time
Yeah.
that they would be sitting in front of the computer.
Yeah.
They're just going to be
Shout-
out camping.
shout out to
Yeah,
y'all
it's just-
remember
that's it.
I'm my fault.
Go ahead.
Y'all remember that white dude and he walked in late and I was like, nigga, football? What the fuck? Like, why are you here?
He
Yesterday.
was,
yeah.
he was
Oh,
knocked out.
gone.
He was in a weed
But
induced coma.
Shout out
Oh
to,
yeah, I was knocked out.
shout out
Yeah.
to football. Back when Kai was doing his 24, 48 hour stream,
Oh yeah.
he was one of the dudes that filmed him. Like for all those
okay.
hours. So
Yeah,
shout out
yeah.
to football. It's
Oh,
like
yeah.
so basically like I don't know how they're doing it.
Yeah,
Cause it's like
something technical. I'm sure yeah,
the cameras must cost $1 gazillion.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
For it to be that clear and live.
And
But
if
Exactly.
if the production is gonna be anything like the level of this commercial, because that shit look good.
That was
Yes,
crazy.
it looked
yeah,
great.
that was
Real
high quality,
good.
It,
bro.
it looked great.
bro,
Yeah.
the show looked amazing.
It did. It really did. Yeah, because, and I mean, they might, and if they're gonna do it like that, they can go live. We can watch it live filming, and then, like I said,
put it back out.
they can cut the official high quality version right after that. That's clean and organized and set up like TV shows. You know what I mean?
I'm
Like,
actually probably gonna watch this shit because I gotta see
Def-
what's going on.
right. And I do wonder if click on that that Teonna that well, take it off the screen, I guess.
Yeah, he's
first.
lifting
Yeah,
his
it's
girl.
off the screen already.
But yeah, just see. Does it say episode 1? How is it titled? Does it say like episode 1 or anything like that?
Nah. It just says they're going to 2-man.
Okay.
woods.
So yeah, this is just
Yeah.
this is not connected to the show.
And this is
I
on
don't
his
think so.
official channel.
Yeah, it's on his regular Cashapp live channel.
okay,
that's-
so this is just a Kai live. Then.
I think so.
Yeah, so I wonder when episode 1 is, because there was no date on there. It just said only on Rumble.
Yeah, that's all it said.
Yeah.
It might have already popped off and we don't know.
Yeah, possibly.
Yeah, we're not on Rumble.
Fuck it.
Yeah, y'all gonna start a Rumble? Rumble does just seem like they got a mystery bag.
I think we can put things over there.
We
should
have
just-
a
We
Rumble.
should just put shit over there.
Y'all
Yeah.
have a Rumble?
Yeah, I created one.
Oh yeah.
I uploaded like 10 videos. Like,
So it's
to
just
have-
You
like
might want to
you-
check that shit. We might have 1 billion subs.
Hell yeah.
The way Rumble be doing they
Y'all
numbers.
might be more lit over there than over here.
Hell
You
yeah.
never know. Yeah, I got.
Actually, I do need to create a Rumble, I guess. Then, yeah, just might as well
move shit
upload
over
it to both spots.
You have to
Because-
be on all pockets.
Yeah,
do,
and you
do.
can't be hating on shit when it first pop off because that's how you lose out on early investments.
True,
Like,
and
nah,
I don't care.
ain't gonna
And
work.
I don't care how imaginary and vast the money they have is. If they want to cut us a check, nigga, that as long as that deposit hits,
Facts.
we are okay.
Yeah.
I don't care. I don't care where you got the money.
As long as that fine print looks nice. You know
right,
what I mean?
and as long as it,
And it
we
feels
will-
like one of them companies that have a major investor.
A lot of transparency too.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay, their investor. It seems that they have an insane investor.
Yeah, yeah. It feels like it's Andrew
It
Tate.
seems really ridiculous.
Feels like they sponsored by YouTube.
It just
Or
feels
by
like
China.
It feels like more than it. It feels like 5 to 10 Andrew Tates, like or like a bunch of crypto niggas. Like this is like
Yeah.
all the crypto niggas'
Yeah.
baby or something. I don't
Yeah.
know, but they just have billions to give to people. Well,
Might be
and
black market funds.
I take that back. There's not only Rumble. There's the other company too, Kick,
Kick.
because they're the ones
Yeah.
that signed Aiden Ross.
Yeah.
What and shit like True Social, that's like the Republican alternative
Oh
to
yeah,
Twitter.
yeah. That's
Bro.
Trump's, I think, right?
Yeah,
I don't know.
believe
If,
so.
I don't think
Yeah.
it's Trump's.
Well, it's not Trump's, but it was.
See, I don't know what I'm talking about, so I don't want to speak on my ass. But I think
Yeah.
that he signed to only tweet exclusively on True Social.
Right,
That's
right.
why we don't see him on Twitter anymore.
Got you. And they cut a big, crazy bag, I'm sure.
Nigga, you got the president
Yep.
is only able to speak on your thing.
Truth Social, platform created by Trump Media and
Created by
Technology.
Trump Media and Technology.
And
Okay.
that's an insane name for him to do that to. Yeah, you know what he doing.
That boy, you know, that boy capitalism. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
Donnie T.
Donnie T. But yeah, this all spun off the Cashapp camping with she and Teonna Trump. I think they're gonna quietly just have a happy life together. You know,
Man, shout out the title. I like the title. Cashapp and 𝔑𝔏𝚃 going a 2-man in the woods.
that's a great title.
Like that's something a 12-year-old go, oh, and
a
you know,
two-man? Yeah.
and like we would go, that's kind of funny. 2-man.
Right. Yeah. So how long is this? Like hours?
It's 1 hour, 56
Oh,
minutes.
so-
It might be the first
Bro,
episode.
this
then.
got to be it. There's no way.
If it's right at 56 minutes.
That's what I'm thinking.
Can we watch a little bit of this?
I don't
I
know.
don't know where to pop in at. So that's
Well,
the only
I don't
thing.
know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
And plus, it's on YouTube.
I mean, I can go
Yeah.
where like the most replayed section is, which is right here.
It's because she.
She looks good in that uniform.
It's because she throated a hot dog.
Oh, she kissed Kai at some point. I mean,
I
I
saw
Speed
this.
at some
I saw
point
this
too.
part. Speaking of women just throating hot dogs, is it just me? It's not sexy.
Nah, not a hot
And it's
dog.
like, why are you putting a raw hot dog in your throat? Just putting a raw hot dog in your mouth sounds so crazy.
Yeah, nah.
Yeah,
It's just
yeah, that's
like,
true.
this is not turning me on.
Like a
Honestly,
girl-
women sucking dildos don't turn me on either.
Like, if it's not
Yeah.
like a lollipop, like, you know, sucking on something that isn't my thing isn't going to do nothing for me.
Yeah, it's not.
That's
You
doing
know
pretty
what I'm
shit.
saying?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm pretty selfish.
Selfish mindset, man.
Well, when busting a nut, that's about you,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But I'm saying it's like,
You can take turns. Like, we can bust her nut first and then my nut. But, you know, when
Right.
that nut's busted, it's selfish.
Facts.
This is about me right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's like your birthday in 30 seconds.
so you ain't never seen
It's a moment for you, nigga.
you never seen like, you never been in the gym, you seen a girl squatting, which isn't like anything sexual in itself. But it makes you go, shit, this bitch squatting, she could probably suck dick. Like you just feel like you just like, I wonder how she looks on my cock.
Well-
Like you never done that? But that's what I mean. Like it's
my
it's
God.
nothing sexy about her throating a hot dog, but it's
Right.
like
But if she was squatting with a barbell, you would get turned on? Is
But-
that what you just said?
it's a phallic shaped object that's supposed to represent a penis.
But it doesn't
You know
get me.
what?
It doesn't get me hard though. Like the
You
fuck?
know how you know how powerful.
Yeah, you know-
braces-
Because you're a normal man and we're all most of us normal men.
Yeah.
It doesn't get me hard, but it's
You
I
know
can
what-
see how, it's like
You know
throwing a
what?
hot dog. Fuck it.
Braces are so powerful that I'm gonna be real. Ever since Teonna put braces on, I never viewed her as a porn star. I just viewed her as just a nice young lady. I forgot she was a porn star. I literally forget she's a porn star because she wears braces now. I'm dead ass serious. I'm not exaggerating. I'm not playing.
So I can take her home tomorrow.
Braces for some have such a mental connection to young, innocent to me that even a porn star can put braces on, and I just don't even view her as a porn star.
How
anymore.
can she's like they with rubber bands in her mouth? Like she can't.
And she got like the braces like it looked like she got chains on like
she
her,
got 4
yeah
rubber
like her,
bands in
like
her
her
mouth.
shit
two
is
going
getting
this
like
way.
her shit getting worked on. You
she
know
got
what
the
I'm
colored wires.
saying? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like she's putting in work to the where when I see Teonna Trump, I don't think thought. I just don't right now.
I wonder if this
Right
was like
now.
a professional, a career investment. Like she might have been chafing niggas with her teeth when she was sucking on film. And she might be trying to get into that barely legal category, you know.
Yeah, true. It could all be a business thing.
She might be venturing out, nigga. She might be growing like Charlamagne did.
That's right, because I'm really thinking. I just kind of just sat back and just thought about how I'm like talking about Teonna Trump. Like I haven't seen her just like
Suck numerous dicks.
suck numerous things. I've heard her say wild things in interviews, just snort, and it's just like I forgot all of that because she has braces on. But that's just me though. I just don't. I don't. That's just me though.
That's a passage in the Bible about niggas getting. There's some passage about that in the Bible.
Really?
Yeah,
What you
niggas
think?
getting tricked by a girl wearing a cute hat. Now she's it's
Yeah, a bitch with braces. She had tricked me.
she's tricking you.
She could. Yeah, she's tricking me right now. Once she gets it off, I'm gonna remember that's the girl that was just like picking up dudes in Baltimore, sucking dick at Kmart's and shit. Like, I'm gonna remember that all of a sudden.
Wish
you
I was
know?
at that Kmart. Goddamn.
Yeah, she used to be in Baltimore wreaking havoc on Twitter. Holy shit, that was when I like first found her. She would just be fucking niggas from Baltimore in the town that she lived in, and like bitches would find out that their boyfriend was fucking them. They'd be outside the car. She'd be in the car like, look how mad she is. Like, so what? I suck your boyfriend's dick? Like, just shit like regular hood drama, but just this like. UCLA is because she talks pretty proper, you know, so like she got some pretty good English.
Yeah,
like just interacting with these hood bitches.
Because that's how that's how white people move. They don't make.
That's true.
That's not a big deal. Like, look,
Your boyfriend's cheating.
So what? I said,
yeah. She just sucked my dick, babe.
Yeah.
Come on.
I think that's it, though, honestly. Unless we had anything else.
Nope.
I don't have any other topics that I would have added to the list. I'm sure we missed something, but y'all will put in the comments what we need to talk about next week.
I'm
and
about
all
to
that
say,
stuff.
man, you know,
You did great.
let us know.
Yeah, let us know.
We're not saying we're going to talk about it, but we'll definitely keep it in mind.
Right, facts.
For sure, for sure.
Open to suggestions.
Open to facts.
You know what I mean?
But close to the dumb ones.
Yeah,
facts,
yeah.
facts.
You know what I mean?
But that's everything, though. Make sure y'all turn y'all bell notifications on.
Yeah.
Follow us on all social platforms. Just hit the subscribe button. That's what we want the most. And watch all the videos on the page. You know what I'm saying? Become a weekly, daily viewer. Yeah, that's about it.
Become obsessed.
Become obsessed. Go crazy.
Smoke this shit like crack. Fuck it. Let it ruin your life, nigga. Pawn your TV to support this shit.
Right, facts.
Sell your stove.
Yeah,
Fuck
yeah.
it.
We don't want viewers, we want junkies.
Hey, quote Tone Grew. That's what.
Yeah, facts.
But hey, man, this has been lovely. It's been good. It's been great.
Yep.
You know, J Nobles.
Tone Groove.
AJ the Menace. And we out.
Bow.
Oh, wait. Let me get that
I
bell.
about to say, we got to hit the bell, right?
Yeah.
Oh, my fault.
There we go.
Now we out.